was in too. All right. So, Marianne, you want me to shut up? I'll shut up.
No, that's fine. All right. I'll let the judge know.
And I'll mute myself just to behave.
Ed, how you doing?
Rob, yeah. Well, Rob, I just thought I was going to shut up. I'm doing well. How you been, Rob?
Yeah, I'm good. So I used your name yesterday in vain. Remember that case you helped me on in Lincoln Park?
I helped somebody?
You helped me. Yeah, I know it's hard to remember back 2
I know.
weeks, but I mean, it's anyway, they show caused her because there was some issues. And when I told the clerk that you and I worked it out, she said, oh, if Ed tells you that, then here's what we're doing. I mean, it was exactly what we said. So I just want you to know, sometimes I take your name in vain, but it worked out.
Well,
okay.
no, I don't care. I don't care if you do, because, we got limited time on our shot clocks, Rob. So whatever you do, it's fine.
And I'm down to the red zone right now. So I understand.
I'm trying to renew my library card. They won't let me. Then I know you got trouble when that happens.
Yes, Marianne knows how to use the library card. She's rather aggressive with that. So just talk to her about it. She'll take care
Are
of
you
it.
really, Marianne? That's cool.
That is true. That's a true story.
I figured that's what I said. We're like way too old to buy books. And if we're going to have any books that we're going to use, they're going to be colored books, because then we don't care.
There you go.
It's funny because when we were kids, we always used the library. Now and they have such a great interloan system. If there's something you really want to read, you'll get it somewhere. And what scares me, though, is I'm running into people our age, Rob, who will not read a newspaper, and they think they're getting this story online. And people I know who always would read a paper, and you'll tell them there's a great story in the New York Times. Yeah, I read it online. Well, when you open up online, you miss everything else on that page in the paper. And there's so much stuff they never get.
Oh, yeah, I can't read online. Not that stuff. Hey, did you see where Paul W is going at 12 o'clock because he can't get out of bed in the morning? I don't blame him. He's like 72, 73 years old, isn't he? Or older than that?
Who's that?
Paul W on WJR.
No.
Yeah.
What happened with him? I just, once I got fired, I stopped paying attention to radio.
Once you got fired.
Yeah.
You didn't get fired. It's just when Mark Scott left, right?
Yeah. No, I got.
Is that what happened?
No, I got let go. Let's see. Bill Bonds took over for me, which is nice to be replaced by him. And you say that got him. Now he's dead. But
geez.
No, Rob, I had a political tiff there that ended up working for IE America or whatever, Air America. That's what it was, Air America, for a couple of years. And that was a waste. They went bankrupt. The kind of radio I did just fell out of favor,
Oh, yeah. The old guys were able to hang on a little bit longer, but yeah. It did.
So tell me, he can't get out of bed to do a 6 o'clock show. That's what it was, because he's younger than me.
That's what Bernie Youngblood, I read it in the paper, and Bernie Youngblood, I had lunch with him yesterday, and he said, yeah, did you see where Paul W is going at 12 o'clock? I said, why is he doing that? I mean, he had that early drive time in the morning. Everybody listens on their way to work. And he said, he's a night owl. And he told me he can't get out. He's tired of getting out of bed. So he wants to do 12 o'clock.
I'll tell you, it was hard, but when I was in law school, I worked at the post office. I started at 5 a.m. So I would get up at 5 and I make it to WXYT in like 15, 20 minutes. But I will tell you that thing became an angry bastion of hatred when I got let go. I was the only thing reasonably close to the center of not liking Hitler on most days. So they had to get rid of it,
You guys had Denny McLean in the morning. You had Mark Scott till noon.
David Newman was there.
David Newman. And then what was that guy on?
Tommy McIntyre was on.
Tommy McIntyre. Yeah, boy, he could go off like a Roman candle sometimes.
Right. Well,
it was a strong lineup. I got to say that. I mean,
well, always good. I was happy to be there, and they were all really nice to me. And you know who was Mark Scott was really a nice guy, because he came on right after me, and he was crazier than hell, but he was always nice to me. The guy that nobody believed me was when he started out here with the network in Detroit. Rush Limbaugh was on that station, and he did a week live, and I'm in the studio, and it's like 11:45. I was filling in for David Newman or somebody then. And he walks in the studio with a cigar and just starts giving me a hard time. And he did it every day. Then he drove down to the office and gave my secretary tickets to his Rush to Excellence, gave me cigars. He was such a nice guy for being on the other end of what I believe in. He was genuinely a real decent fellow,
Yeah. Well, Rush was he was an entertainer.
He was an entertainer. The other guy I got along well with was G. Gordon Liddy, who would always come in. And then when he'd be in town, otherwise we'd go to dinner. And he knew where I stood. He knew I was on the other side, even when he broke into the Watergate. But was so nice to see that new show, The White House Plumbers, because the guy who plays him does a perfect job.
Yeah, I know.
So,
Good
so
stuff.
much for my aged career. So who's doing morning drive then if he's not doing it?
Bernie told me, and I don't recall.
Is it a name?
It'll come to me. It's like you said earlier, our time clock's running out here, and that is, memories is the third thing to go.
Yep.
God, who was it?
Can't be
It'll
anybody
come.
prominent in broadcasting because there's nobody around anymore. Well, hey, Bob, would you do me a
Could
favor?
be somebody on
Story.
could be somebody on television. You know how they like to do that. I don't know. Who
Oh
knows?
yeah, Rick Fisher was working there for a while. Rich Fisher, and
Is he
I
still
mean
around?
Sonny Elliott's dead. He's still in town. I heard him doing one of their shows. They don't pay anything anymore. They pretty much broker time and sell the time. Rob, do me a favor. If you see the story, send it to me, and
Yeah.
Hey,
I'll
Rob.
listen. There might.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt, sorry, but there is somebody in your waiting room.
I'm talking to Ed here.
I know, I'm sorry.
I'll do it. I'm
I
just
just wanted to
kidding.
give you a heads up.
All right. Sorry. Thanks. See you, Ed.
Can you get in there, Rob? I'll be out in a minute. Okay. Hi, Caitlin.
Morning, Marianne. How are you?
I'm really good. How about yourself?
I'm doing well.
Good to see you.
You as well. Well, here
Yeah,
you.
I know. Hear the voice.
Marianne.
This is me again.
All right,
Robert?
just sit tight for a second. Marianne, I have Mr. Mooney, Moomey, as 8 o'clock. I guess it's a show cause or a case. He says it's with me. I don't have it on the docket. Can you show that?
Oh, you know what? I don't, but let me just check really quick on system. Hold on 1 second. Yep, Rob Burt, I do see him at 8 o'clock.
All
And
right,
he's,
this failure to obtain a license, he's obtained his license, so it's $200 double parking, and I'll dismiss the no license.
okay, all right. I'll let the
All
judge, are you all set?
Yep, we're all set.
Marianne, this is Gilligan.
Hello.
My client is here.
Oh,
He'll be joining me on the other camera on my laptop. So we're ready to plead whenever the judge wants us.
okay. I don't see him yet in the waiting room.
Here's, no, he's in my room on my camera.
Oh, got it. Okay, thank you.
Rick, I got to call you right back. I'm zooming court. Is that right?
Excuse me, so am I okay to leave now?
Hey, Rob, you want to meet me in your meeting room while we wait for Judge?
Yeah, sure, I'll be in there.
Marianne, he's on camera now with me. I have a reverse machine here. He's on camera.
All right, thank you. Morning, Dan.
Morning, Marianne.
You already-
Autumn, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
You should send an invitation to join a breakout room. You need to click on that.
It tried to send me there, but then it acted like it didn't want to.
You might want to try it again.
These are 23 HR 04516 A and B. These are Huron Township versus Gordon Pecan. May I have your appearances, please?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Edward Zelenak, P27611. And oddly enough, he just ran into the washroom. So do you want me to pause or just wait till he hurries up and washes his hand and gets in here? Well, he's coming. He's coming, Your Honor. Sorry. He's going to be in my office. I'm sorry but you know, I'm always up front with the court and I tell them everything. So.
But
Mr.
Mr.
Pecan, come
Zelenak,
in and have a seat.
if you had allowed Ms. Foley Carter to put her appearance on, we wouldn't have had to go through any of this. Ms. Foley
Judge.
Carter.
I know, you're right.
Caitlin Foley Carter, I'm with Huron Township, Your Honor, thank you.
Sir, give
Now
your
the
name.
magic.
Give your name.
Gordon Pecan.
He just gave
Thank
his
you.
name,
Today-
Your Honor.
I heard him, sir. Today is the day and time set for the pretrial in this matter. The parties have had an opportunity to speak. Mr. Zelenak, how are we proceeding this morning?
Your Honor, my client has indicated he's almost complete, but he's going to plead guilty as offered by the township attorney and ask the court to give him a 3-month period. We could probably shorten it to 1 month and come back for review to make sure that he's completed the cleanup.
2, 3.
No, 3 months, Your Honor. Why push our luck with you? I've already pushed it recently.
It's the
so-
weather, it isn't.
No, he's going to do it for 3 months and I'm going to tell him to say very little to you. I'll turn the camera on him. He's going to plead guilty as charged, Your Honor.
Well, you said two different things, Mr. Zelenak, so I want to be on the same page with you. First, you said 3 months, and then you said 1 month, and you said come back. So are you taking the delayed 3 months with the guilty plea, or are we putting this over?
No, we're pleading guilty. We don't want to burden the court with this coming back. Sorry, Judge.
It's not a burden.
No, he's going to plead guilty and we'll have that option. If he proves himself, he's lived a long life without any criminal career, and I think he can have 90 days to prove himself. Is that right, sir?
Thank you. And is it one, I'm sorry, Mr. Zelenak, before I start to inquire of your client, is it plea of guilty on both? There's 2 separate files. There's an A and a B. Is he pleading guilty in both or just one?
No, Your Honor, we'll make it both and you'll be fair in assessing court costs. We're not going to burden the court with additional paperwork either.
Thank you. Now, sir, raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. You may put your hand down. Sir, you've had the opportunity to discuss your case with your attorney. You understand the charges you face and the possible penalties.
Yes,
And sir, after having that conversation with Mr. Zelenak, you wish to plead guilty as charged to the violation of technical requirements.
yes,
Go.
yes,
Sir, you understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind.
yes,
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or stand cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
yes,
And sir, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily.
yes,
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty.
no,
Sir, are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
yes, yes,
Sir, is it true that on April the 24th, 2023 in Huron Township, you violated the technical requirements of the township by improperly storing vehicles?
yes,
And by violation of sanitation provision of the township ordinance?
yes.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Zelenak. Would you like to inquire any further of your client, sir?
No, Your Honor, we're satisfied. These are standard ordinance provisions to keep waste and to maintain off the property, to maintain the property. Mr. Pashon understands that, and he knows you can't store unlicensed or improper vehicles. He's been in the process of removing them. I think at some point age sets in and you don't have family around anymore to help you do it, so he's been doing it all himself. We'd ask the court to consider the 3-month period to come back at that time, and if it's done, the court to honor the offer by the prosecution to not only prosecute at that time.
Ms. Foley Carter, are you satisfied on behalf of the township?
I am satisfied, Your Honor, though my intention was to dismiss the B citation and have him only plead to one of the 2 charges. I do appreciate that counsel decided to plead to both, but I think one is fair, knowing that it needs to come in compliance with all township ordinances under the umbrella of the one.
Thank you for
Well,
that
Judge, I'm not
correction,
gonna
Ms.
fight
Foley
that.
Carter. And that's why I asked the question originally. What I'll do then is make the notation that the B file is dismissed. The A file, the court has accepted your plea, sir, of guilty to the technical violation as previously indicated and agreed by the attorneys. Since this matter will be delayed for a period of 3 months, as long as you incur no new criminal offenses in the state of Michigan and pay costs of $100, the matter will be administratively reviewed for dismissal. Sir, do you need more than 5 days to pay that $100?
No, I don't.
Nope, I'm sorry. It's $150, Mr. Pashon. My apologies.
Can
5
you
days
handle
to
that?
pay, sir?
It'll be there within 5 days.
Thank you so very much. Anything else, Ms. Foley Carter?
Nothing, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Zelenak?
No, Judge, thanks for guiding me through this once again. I appreciate that.
Thank
hope
you
you-
for coming on early with your client. You have a wonderful day, sir.
Thank you, Judge. We'll sign off. Thank you, Ms. Foley Carter.
This is 23HR 04989 BOT. This is Huron Township versus Shelby Caphammer. May I have your appearances, please?
Caitlin Foley Carter, I'm here in Township, Your Honor.
State your name, ma'am.
Shelby Caphammer.
Ma'am, the way the court staff have you labeled indicates that you're waiving your right to have the assistance of the court-appointed attorney this morning. Is that correct?
Yes.
You intend to proceed on your own this morning?
Yes.
Have you had the opportunity to speak to Ms. Foley Carter, the prosecutor from Huron Township?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Foley Carter, how are we proceeding in this matter this morning?
The people move to dismiss, Your Honor.
Ma'am, any objection to the dismissal?
No, ma'am.
This case is hereby dismissed. Anything else, Ms. Foley Carter?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else, Ms. Caphammer?
No, ma'am.
That concludes this matter, ma'am. You're free to go. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you. You as well.
Thank you.
Morning, Caitlin.
Morning, Dan.
Can you send me your offers, please?
I can.
Thank you.
Ma'am, with the black scarf and the white t-shirt on your name, please.
Lauren Campbell.
Ms. Campbell, give us one moment to get you relabeled.
Ma'am, you should see an invitation to join a breakout room. If you could just click on that, please.
This is 23SU004450M, Sumter Township versus Amanda Lang. May I have your appearances, please?
Robert Young, Your Honor, Sumter Township.
Good morning, Your Honor. Daniel Batar on behalf of Amanda Lang.
Ms. Lang, state your name for the record.
Amanda Lang.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the show cause arraignment and pretrial. Show cause in part because Ms. Lang failed to appear back on May the 11th. Mr. Batar, how are we proceeding this morning?
Your Honor, I've had a chance to talk to Mr. Young on this case. He is going to dismiss the matter, and again, it would just be because it was a first-time offense with respect to the dog, and treat it as a learning experience and a warning that Ms. Lang should take heed of, and hopefully it doesn't happen again in the future.
Mr. Young, is that an accurate statement of your conversation and agreement with Mr. Batar?
It is, Your Honor. It was also represented to me that the two critters no longer reside at the house, which is certainly something that weighs into the recommendation to dismiss.
Thank you. This case is hereby dismissed. Ms. Lang, before you leave, I want to advise you that you have outstanding matters to the court where you owe a total of $1,786 on some other unrelated matters. Before you leave today, I'm looking to see, there's no one in the collections room right now online, but what I would ask you do is call the court and speak to the collections department or go onto the court's website, and there's a drop-down button where you can submit a request for a payment plan, and they can put a payment plan in place for all of these files, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. You're free to go. Have a great day.
You too, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Young, there's someone waiting in your,
All right, I'll take care of it.
these are 23SU 00387 A, B, and C. These are Sumter Township versus Stephen Polakasser.
Yes.
State your name for the record, please, sir.
Stephen George Polikoser.
Koser, thank you. Today is the day and time set for the arraignment pretrials in these matters. Sir, the way the court staff have you labeled indicate that you're waiving your right to have the assistance of the court-appointed attorney this morning. Is that correct?
That is correct.
You intend to proceed on your own?
Yes.
That's a question. Thank you.
Oh,
You've had the
yeah, my
opportunity to
bad.
speak to Mr. Young? You're okay.
Yes,
You've
I
had the
have.
opportunity to speak to Mr. Young, the prosecutor?
Yes, I have.
Mr. Young, how are we proceeding this morning?
Your Honor, he's 18 years old and we had a long talk, a little bit of a break here. He's gonna pay $400, double parking. and the matters before the court will be dismissed.
Thank you. Sir, raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may put your hand down. Sir, you've had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Young in this matter, and it's your understanding and agreement that you will be pleading responsible to the added count of double parking, and the 3 outstanding matters with this court will be hereby dismissed.
Yes, Your Honor.
And sir, you haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead responsible to the double parking.
No, Your Honor.
You're doing so freely and voluntarily.
Yes.
Sir, is it true that on April 9, 2023 in Sumter Township, you were double parked contrary to law?
Yes, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Young?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, the court accepts your plea of responsible to the added count of double parking and dismisses the 2 misdemeanor matters and the civil infraction pending against you. As indicated by Mr.
Yeah.
Young, the court will assess fines of $400. Do you need more than 5 days to pay that amount, sir?
No, Your Honor.
Sir, you can pay it online, you can mail it to the court, or you can bring it to the court. Anything else this morning in this case, Mr. Young?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Polcoser?
No, Your Honor.
5 days to pay the $400. Other than that, sir, you have a wonderful day. You're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a good day.
Email came through that time, Caitlin. Thank you.
This is 23HR 04942OM. This is Huron Township versus Autumn Marquez. May I have your appearances, please?
Caitlin Foley Carter on behalf of Huron Township County.
Daniel Batar on behalf of Autumn Marquise, Your Honor.
State your name for the record, please, ma'am.
Autumn Marquez.
Marquez, thank you very much. Today is the day and time set for the arraignment. Pre-trial in this matter, Mr. Batar, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, the prosecutor is moving to dismiss on this case.
And you have no objection, of course, sir.
Absolutely not.
This case is hereby dismissed. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Foley Carter?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Batar?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Ms. Marquez, that concludes this matter. You are free to go. You have a wonderful day, okay?
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Simon.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here on Gardner.
Your client is connecting now, sir. Do you need to speak to the prosecutor?
Yes, please.
Let's get you in with Ms. Foley Carter here shortly. Good morning, Mr. Bolahanis.
Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
I am super. How are you?
Good. Is there any chance I can be put in with the infamous Mr. Young?
Do you really want to be in with Mr. Young?
You know, I've known him for many years.
Mary Ann will send you an invite and get you in there in his meeting room with him.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
It's like a deja vu. I think I'm at a DCL reunion.
Yeah.
Everybody's together. Wonderful.
Oh, Mr. Nunley, my day is now complete and wonderful. Good to see you.
Aw, shucks. How are you today?
I'm super. How are you?
Not too bad. So far, so good.
Morning,
It's only
Royce.
8:35, so.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Any dogs today? I guess Dorothy.
No, not today. I didn't bring them.
I mean, it's good to see you, but it's like a bonus for us.
I know. I always regret it when I don't bring them. I always get here and then it's too quiet and too boring, and I always regret it.
Maybe you can convince Mr. Hadley to run around and bark.
Yeah, right. Make him get off the furniture. Josh, get down. Get off the couch, Josh. You're shedding.
Oh, courtroom number 1. So Mary Ann, I clearly have too much time on my hands.
Why?
Lake Fest is coming, and on June the 24th, they are having donut eating contest between the police departments of Belleville, Sumter, and Van Buren. Well, they make dresses that are printed with donuts on them. They make donut glasses, sunglasses, necklaces, all kinds of stuff. And I start wondering, will there be a t-shirt? Because it's Sergeant Abdullah from Van Buren Township who won last year, I guess, who's trying to hold on to his title. So I'm wondering if Van Buren will run a special shirt with Abdullah's name on the back and maybe a big giant donut in a police uniform on the front or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're just putting some great thoughts. You need to pass that on.
I, of course, I'm totally impartial, wear a shirt commemorating all 3 police departments. Mr. Simon, your client is here being screened, I think, by the clerk's department. It's Trayvon Gardner.
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you need to speak to him?
No, Your Honor, I've spoken with Ms. Foley Carter.
Give me 1 second. I just want to pull him out and actually, oops. I thought I had him. Shoot. Marion, could you get Mr. Gardner? I can't seem to get him out of clerk's waiting room.
I'm unsuccessful. I'm gonna go in there.
Thank you. These are 23 HR 03366 A and B. These are Huron Township versus Gardner. May I have your appearances, please?
Caitlin Foley Carter, MBF Huron Township, Your Honor.
Bring Your Honor, Jonathan Simon, P35596, Mr. Gardner.
State your name, unmute yourself and state your name, please, sir.
Sir, you're muted. There you go.
I'm Trayvon Gardner.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the adjourned pretrial on this matter. Mr. Simon, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, I am new to this matter. I know it's been pending for a little while, but it's new to me. And so I'm asking if the court could grant a further brief adjournment so that I can review the matter and then be able probably to resolve it at a later date, probably maybe, a month from now.
How long of an adjournment are you looking for, Mr. Simon?
Oh, approximately a month.
A month?
Yes, Judge.
Is that? Oh, we're leaving this docket, so it will be another judge at the adjourned date, which will be,
It will be July 13th at 9:10 with Judge Green.
July 13th at 9:10. Very good. Thank you very much, Your Honor.
before you leave, Mr. Simon, I would suggest you have a conversation with your client about being appropriately attired for court. I understand we're virtual, but Mr. Gardner, you're expected to wear a shirt for court like you would if you walked physically into the courtroom. The adjourned date in these matters will be July 13th at 9:10 a.m. on Zoom with Judge Green in courtroom number 3. Anything else in these matters, Ms. Foley Carter?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything
No,
else,
thank you
Mr.
very much, Your
Simon?
Honor, and I will have that conversation as soon as we conclude this matter.
Thank you. This matter is hereby concluded. You're free to go, Mr. Gardner. You have a good day. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Ms. Foley Carter.
Thank you.
Mr. Bolahanas, is your client with you?
No, he's supposed to be here any minute now, but because he's been at every hearing, Your Honor, is there any?
No,
we
but
can wait?
he's paying money and I dismissed him.
Pre-trial?
Mr. Young? I couldn't hear you over Mr. Young.
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Can we waive his appearance just for today? There's a discovery issue and we're going to be asking for an adjournment.
Let me call the cases then. These are 23SU00161 A and B, Sumter Township versus Rex Atkinson. May I have your appearances, please?
Robert Young, Sumter Township, Your Honor.
Gregory Bulahanis on behalf of Rex Atkinson, Your Honor.
Mr. Bolahanas, you were starting to say there's a discovery issue and you're looking for an adjournment?
Yes, the issue is the breathalyzer takes place in Huron Township and, Sumter is prosecuting it. So they sent me information, but they didn't send the total amount of information. So Mr. Young is going to assist in getting the information and he suggests we adjourn this out to September.
Marianne, I'll get a September date for Judge Green in just a moment.
September 14th at 9 o'clock.
September 14th at 9 a.m. and number 3 with Judge Green on Zoom.
Okay. Thank you
Anything
so
else
much.
in this matter, Mr. Young?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Bolahanas?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. That concludes this matter, sir. You have a wonderful day.
You and your staff have a great day too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rob, can I see you in your meeting room, please?
Yep.
I'm gonna see you there too, Rob.
Mr. Granzier?
Yes, good morning, Your Honor. Mike Ranson on behalf of Ms. Malinchak. I was having some technical difficulties trying to get back in.
What time is Ms. Belichick's case scheduled?
It's, I believe, 8:30, Your Honor.
Oh, M. Melancheck, okay.
Yes, Your Honor. And I did email back and forth with the city prosecutor. I don't know whether I need a waiting room or a meeting room with her.
Ms. Foley Carter is here. If you want to speak to her, you can go into the breakout. It looks like your client is here in the clerk's waiting room. So if you want to go ahead and with Ms. Foley Carter.
That sounds perfect, Your Honor, unless she's already sent in the arrangement, the resolution.
I did for the allowed.
Oh, good morning, Ms. Foley Carter. And I've spoken with my client in regard to allowing a licensed driver to drive being 0 points, non-reported, not a moving violation, and she is ready to accept
Sir,
that.
I haven't called the case yet, and your client's not in this main session. So if you don't need to speak to Ms. Foley Carter, we'll get your client pulled out so we can get the cases called.
That sounds perfect, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. And Mr. Hadley, the story this morning is that you'll be jumping on the furniture today?
Probably.
You'll have to talk to Mr. Nunley about that.
I can hear him over there. I've only got one with you today, Your Honor, and I don't know that he's checked in yet.
Okay.
Have we seen from a James Alter?
Now you're asking too many questions at 8:46 in the morning. That's all I can do to manage what I have on the screen right now. And if we can get Miss Heather out here.
Hey,
Yeah, I'm trying, Judge.
I know. I don't know what's going on this morning.
I'm just here hanging.
Yeah. These are 23HR 04176 A and B, Huron Township versus Milansick. And I'll apologize right off the, may I have your appearances, please?
Caitlin Foley Carter on behalf of Huron Township, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Mike Granzar on behalf of Ms. Melancheck, P number 5432.
State your name for me, please, ma'am.
Heather Melancheck.
Thank you. Today's the day and time set for the arraignment and pre-trial of this matter. Sir, how are we proceeding this morning?
Your Honor, I have been in contact with Ms. Foley Carter in regard to this, and there is an arrangement whereby all the original matters would be dismissed and Ms. Melancheck would be pleading guilty to the 0 point non-reported, non-moving violation of allowing unlicensed driver to drive. Ms. Melancheck understands all of her, especially that take the original matters to trial, and she is in agreement with this. Is that correct, Ms. Melancheck?
Yes.
Raise your right hand for me, please, ma'am. Do you swear or affirm testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may put your hand down. Ma'am, you've had the opportunity to discuss this case with your attorney, and it's your understanding and agreement that you will be pleading guilty to the added count of allowing an unlicensed driver to drive.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind.
Yes, Your Honor.
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes, Your Honor.
And ma'am, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily. You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ma'am, is it true that on April 17, 2023 in Huron Township, you allowed an unlicensed driver to drive?
Yes, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Ms. Foley Carter?
Satisfied, Your Honor. Thank you.
Satisfied, Mr. Granzier?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ma'am, the court accepts your plea of guilty to the added count of allowing an unlicensed driver to drive and dismisses the driving while license suspended and the speeding civil infraction. Sir, is there anything you'd like to say before fines and costs are imposed in this matter?
Your Honor, if it's fines and costs only, that takes away much of what I had to say. Nothing further, Your Honor.
Fines and costs only, sir. There'll be a fine of $200, cost of $100. There's $75 mandatory crime victims fee, $50 mandatory state costs, and $20 fund fee. That's $445. Ma'am, do you need more than 5 days to pay that amount?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. 5 days to pay. Ma'am, you can pay online, you can pay in person, or you can mail it into the court. Anything else this morning on behalf of Huron Township?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else on behalf of the defendant?
No, just thank you to the court and thank you to Ms. Foley Carter. We appreciate it very much.
Thank you. That concludes this matter. Ma'am, you're free to go. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you, Your Honor. You too.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Good day, sir.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Mr. Batar, I'm just waiting for Mr. Young to come back out. In the interim, these are 23 HR 01169 A and B. These are Huron Township versus Carr. May I have your appearances?
Caitlin Foley Carter on behalf of Huron Township, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Sam Bernstein with and on behalf of Mr. Carr. Mr. Carr, could you please state your name for the court?
Delmar Carr III.
Thank you. Mr. Bernstein, this court received communication from the probation department yesterday that Mr. Carr has been accepted into the court's drug treatment program. I wasn't sure if that information had been relayed to you. Additionally, this court has been provided of the date of June 13th at 9 a.m. with Judge Green in courtroom number 3 for sentencing and admission to plea sentencing and admission into the drug treatment court. Did you receive that information as well, sir?
No, Your Honor, we had not, although that is good news, and I thank you for sharing that. That date works for me. That's an in-person date, Your Honor.
You know, I don't know. Give me 1 second. Mary Ann, could you check with Michelle, please, and see how Judge Green does the exceptions or admissions into drug treatment court?
Yes.
Thank you. I just received the files yesterday afternoon and I called down to Shannon, so I thought that she had sent that information over to your office, but.
No problem.
Judge, I can't get a hold of Michelle or Shannon right now.
So that being the case, Mr. Bernstein, I'll say, I honestly don't know. We'll say Zoom Zoom, because that's how Judge Green typically manages her docket. But what we'll do is Mary Ann will get a hold of Shannon or Michelle at some point this morning and give your office a call to make sure that we get the right notice out to you, okay?
I appreciate that, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
Anything else this morning, Ms. Foley Carter, in this matter?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Bernstein?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Carr, good luck to you, Judge Green, on June the 13th.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
You too. Ms. Yan?
Yes, I'm here.
I see you. Have you spoken to either the court-appointed attorney or a prosecutor this morning?
I didn't.
Okay, you should see an invitation, a button pop up on your screen to go into a meeting room or a breakout room with someone.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Ms. Foley Carter, there was something in your file indicating an adjournment to renew the license in this. Oh, she left. Okay. Ms. Yan, please go in with the prosecutor.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. This is 23SU00338COT. This is Sumter Township versus Paul Martz.
Good morning, Your Honor. Royce Nunley appearing on behalf of the defendant who appears via phone. Mr. Martz, will you please state your name for the record?
Paul Allen Martz Jr.
Thank you. Today's the day and time set for the show cause arraignment and pretrial. Mr. Nunley, how are we proceeding in this matter?
For purposes of the arraignment, we'd waive a formal reading, stand mute. For purposes of the pretrial, Mr. Young has graciously dismissed to dismiss this matter as a learning experience for Mr. Martz.
No objection to that, of course, Mr. Nunley.
No objection.
Mr. Martz, this case is hereby dismissed. You are free to go. Good luck and have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. This is 23 SU 004700M Sumter Township versus Lauren Campbell. Your appearances, please.
Robert Young, Sumter Township, Your Honor.
Daniel Batar on behalf of Lauren Campbell, Your Honor.
Ms. Campbell, state your name for the record, please.
Lauren Elizabeth Campbell.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the arraignment and pretrial in this matter. Mr. Batar, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, Mr. Young is agreeing to dismiss this matter, chalk it up as a learning experience. Ms. Campbell no longer has a dog. It was returned back to the Humane Society.
Thank you. Ms. Campbell, this matter is hereby dismissed. Good day and good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Ma'am with the red tank top and the glasses on.
Yes,
Your name,
ma'am.
please.
Stella Utley.
Ms. Otley. Court staff will get you relabeled. Oh, Mr. Batar was here with you previously. Mr. Batar and Mr. Young is on the 9 o'clock docket.
Who was that,
Mr.
Your
Cruz,
Honor?
take your cap off. Zella Utley, Utley, correct, ma'am?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Judge. I'll take her into my meeting room shortly and we'll end up putting it on the record after that.
Thank you. Let me get Ms. Doss's file. Give me 1 second. This is 23SU 004970D Sumter Township versus Sarah Doss. Your appearances, please.
Robert
Yeah.
Young, Sumter Township, Your Honor.
Daniel Batar on behalf of Sarah Doss, Your Honor.
State your name, Ms. Doss.
Sarah Doss.
Thank you. Today's the day and time set for the arraignment and pretrial on this matter. Mr. Batar, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, with respect to the arraignment, we'll waive a formal reading, stand mute, please.
Thank you. Ms. Doss, the court will set your bond in this matter at $5,000 personal. You do not need to post any money, but what you must do is continue to appear as directed by the court until this matter is resolved in its entirety. As the allegation in this case is that you were operating a motor vehicle with a blood alcohol of 0.12, a condition of your bond is that you not purchase, possess, consume any alcoholic beverages during the pendency of this matter. For purposes of pretrial, Mr. Batar, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, Mr. Young is going to get me a copy of the police report in this matter. There's some other documentation I need to get from my client to work towards a resolution in the matter. We're asking for a pretrial at a later date.
How far out, Mr. Batar?
Probably about a month, Your Honor.
That adjourned date will be July the
13th.
You know what, Mary Ann, I
Yeah.
can't do that entire week. Is there anything available after that?
July 27th at 9 o'clock.
That works.
July 27th at 9 a.m. will be in number 3 on Zoom with Judge Green. Anything else in this matter, Mr. Sorry.
Is that my date with Judge Green, Mary Ann?
Oh, you know what? Thanks, Rob. No, it's gonna be August 10th.
All right.
August 10th at?
Thank you. At 9 o'clock.
Could we possibly do it at 8:45?
No, I don't agree to that.
You know what? 9 o'clock's fine. That's fine.
No, 8:45. I don't care. 8 o'clock is fine. I don't care.
What is
I'm
it,
here early
Marianne?
anyway.
Wait, did Mr. Young just say he was at court early?
I'm here early anyway, Dan, so it doesn't matter what time.
That's an untruth. Marianne, what time on August 10th?
Dan, what did you say? I have nine, not,
I asked for 8:45. If not, 9 is fine.
yeah, 8:40, 8:40. It goes every 10 minutes, so 8:40.
So the ROA is gonna look bad, but 8:40 on August 10th, with Judge Green in number 3 by Zoom, indication that discovery has been requested. Anything else in this matter, Mr. Young?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Bitar?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Ms. Doss, you're free to go. Have a good day. Mr. Naidu, I received your chat message. Mr. Simon has appeared with Mr. Gardner this morning, so you're free to go unless there's something else you need from the court.
Nope, that's it. Thank you.
Have a good day, sir.
Your Honor, may I? Your Honor, may I?
May you what, sir?
So Mr. Bitar is going to go in with Ms. Utley in the case that we talked about a moment ago, but there was 2 witnesses that may have been appearing this morning. And I was wondering if Marianne could put me in a breakout room with them. It's Miss Calloway and Miss Davis, if they're in by any chance.
Sure. Let me see.
Miss Davis is in your waiting room.
Okay. If you can put me in there, I'll go in the waiting room. If you can put her in there, and if Miss Calloway shows up, that'd be great.
Callaway is here. I'll put both of them in your meeting room, Rob.
All right, great. Thank you.
Can I speak to you real quick also, Rob? You got a second?
You want to go in the waiting room? All right, yeah, go in the waiting room.
Wait, can I ask a question? Do you all have your chat open and are asking Mr. Young to come and he's just not going?
No. I figured that Mr. Young probably isn't too fancy with computers by the looks of him, so I thought maybe he would the chat feature.
You know, I've been giving away the story.
Go, please, Mr. Young, go and take your attorneys with you.
All right, let's go, boys.
Mr. Hadley wants to speak with you also, Rob.
All right.
Ms. Foley Carter, I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Thanks, Judge.
This is 23HR 05124OT. This is Huron Township versus Daniel Cruz. May I have your appearances, please?
Caitlin Foley Carter on behalf of Huron Township, Your Honor.
State your name for me, please, sir.
Daniel Cruz.
Mr. Cruz, the way the court staff have you labeled indicate that you're waiving your right to have the assistance of the court-appointed attorney this morning. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
And sir, you intend to proceed on your own in this matter?
Yes, ma'am.
Have you had the opportunity to speak to Ms. Foley Carter this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Foley Carter, how are we proceeding on the driving while license suspended case?
Your Honor, I've had an opportunity to speak to Mr. Cruz. He will be pleading guilty as charged to the drug while license suspended.
I'm sorry, there was some in the background. Did you say he's pleading guilty as charged to driving while license suspended?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Cruz, raise your right hand for me, please, sir. Do you swear or affirm testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. You may put your hand down. Sir, you've had the opportunity to speak to Ms. Foley Carter, and it's your intention this morning to plead guilty as charged to driving while license suspended.
Correct.
Sir, you understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes.
And sir, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes.
Mr. Cruz, is it true? Is it true that on May 16, 2023, in Huron Township you drove while your license was suspended, revoked, or denied?
Yes.
Satisfied, Ms. Foley Carter?
Satisfied, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Cruz, the court accepts your plea of guilty as charged to the driving while license suspended. Sir, is there anything you want to say before fines and costs are assessed in this matter?
No, ma'am.
Have you addressed your license issue or are you in the process of doing that?
Yeah. Yes, I've been. It's a process. I have to do a hearing packet.
Well, Mr. Cruz, what the court will do will impose a fine of $200, cost of $100. There's $75 mandatory crime victims fee. There's a $50 mandatory state cost and $20 fund fee. Sir, that's $445. Do you need more than 5 days to pay that amount, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Before you leave today, sir, your file will be moved into the breakout room with Maria from the court's collection department. You'll speak to her about setting up a payment plan in that matter. But Mr. Cruz, you have another issue. There is a fireworks case. This is 20HR059040M. This is Huron Township versus Cruz. Sir, this was from July 2nd of 2020 in Huron Township for violation of the fireworks ordinance. There is a warrant on this file. Based on your appearance this morning, the court will recall that warrant.
I just found out I had that warrant. I thought I could have swore I paid this fine for them. I just found this out.
No, I understand that, and I see that there's a different address on the file, but you've now updated your address information with the clerk in the court. The court will set your bond in this matter at $1,000 personal for the fireworks case. You do not need to post any money, but what you must do is appear at the pretrial date.
Okay.
And that date will be.
So does that have Sumter case also?
It's Huron.
Huron, oh, okay. June 22nd at 8:30.
June 22nd.
Mr. Cruz, they'll mail the notice of that to your address that you verified this morning. But that June 22nd at 8:30 date is back here with me in courtroom number 1. There will be court-appointed attorneys available again if you want to speak to them at that point. The prosecutor will be here as well. But that 2020 warrant's now been recalled. Please go into the collections room with Maria and set a payment agreement for the driving while license suspended case, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Cruz. You have a wonderful day. Good luck to you.
You too, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. I don't know who has that beeping in the background, but if you need to, please move away from that sound or keep yourself muted until your case is called. These are 23SU00407 A and B. These are Sumter Township versus Zella Utley. May I have your appearances, please?
Daniel Batar on behalf of Miss Utley, Your Honor.
Good. We lost Mr. Young. Okay. Mr. Batar will pass this matter momentarily. Just waiting for Mr. Young to pop back.
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Foley Carter, are you ready on the Simply Construction matters?
We are, Your Honor.
These are 23HR05038 A and B. These are Huron Township versus Simply Construction. May I have your appearances, please?
Caitlin Foley Carter on behalf of Huron Township, Your Honor. Mr. Grace, you're muted.
Lamar Grace, representing Simply Construction and Excavating.
What's your license number, sir?
I'm not an attorney.
This is an incorporated entity, correct, sir? Simply Construction?
It's an LLC.
And you are not appearing with an attorney because,
Can't afford one.
Ms. Foley Carter?
Your Honor, we've had an opportunity to discuss that, and it's my understanding that we want to adjourn the matter in order for them to seek counsel.
Mr. Grace, this court will put the matter over. This courtroom does not allow unrepresented corporations to appear. Of great concern to this court is attached to the front of the file is a list of outstanding matters that are due to the court that are rapidly approaching $30,000. So that being the case, and the court being concerned about how this matter moves forward, we will adjourn the matters. That new date will be
June 22nd at 9 o'clock.
June 22nd, 2023 at 9 a.m. back here with me in courtroom number 1. Mr. Grace, that should give you sufficient time to retain counsel. Anything else right now in this matter, Ms. Foley Carter?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Grace?
No, ma'am. No, Your Honor.
Thank you. I will see you on the 22nd, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Mr. Nunley, we're still waiting for Mr. Young. I see Mr. Jeffries. This is a recall. Nope, now we lost the. This is 1921040M Sumter Township versus Christopher Forrester. May I have your appearances, please?
Robert Young, Sumter Township, Your Honor.
State your name, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. Christopher Forrester.
Thank you. Mr. Forrester, the way the court staff have you labeled indicates that you're waiving your right to have the assistance of the court-appointed attorney this morning. Is that
Yes,
correct,
ma'am.
sir?
Yes.
Is your intention to proceed on your own?
Yes.
Have you had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Young this morning?
Yes.
Mr. Young, how are we proceeding in this matter?
Your Honor, one outstanding matter. This is an old case. I'm asking for one more adjournment and we'll resolve it next time we're before the court.
That adjourn date will be
July 13th at 9 o'clock.
July 13th at 9 a.m. Mr. Forrester, back here on Zoom, but it will be in courtroom number 3 with Judge Green.
Okay.
Anything else in this matter, Mr. Young?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Forrester?
No, Your Honor.
Good luck to you, sir. June 13th with Judge Green. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you.
Your Honor.
Mr. Young?
I see Miss Calloway and Miss Davis in the hearing room here. Can Mary Ann put us together in a conference room?
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Rob, I put them in your meeting room.
All right, thanks.
You're welcome.
This is 23 HR 04774 A and B. These are Huron Township versus Young. May I have your appearances, please?
Caitlin Foley Carter on behalf of Huron Township, Your Honor.
Daniel Batur on behalf of Mrs. Vaughn, Your Honor.
Ma'am, unmute yourself and state your name for the record, please.
Me.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. My name is Yang Lu Yuan.
Thank you.
YU.
Today is the day and time set for the arraignment and pretrial in this matter. Mr. Batar, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, the prosecutor is going to dismiss the expired license charge. My client will plead responsible to impeding traffic.
Ma'am, were you able to hear Mr. Batar just now?
Yes.
And it's your intention to plead responsible to the civil infraction of impeding traffic this morning?
Yes.
And Mr. Batar has explained the charges you face and the rights you have in this matter.
Yes.
Ma'am, is it true that on May 2nd, 2023 in Huron Township, you impeded traffic?
Yes.
Mr. Batar, would you like to inquire any further of your client?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Satisfied, Ms. Foley Carter?
Satisfied, Your Honor. Thank you.
Ma'am, the court accepts your plea of responsible to the impeding traffic and dismisses the expired license. The court will impose fines and costs of $180. Do you need more than 5 days to pay that amount?
No, I can pay in 5 days.
Thank you. 5 days to pay $180. That concludes this matter, ma'am. You have a good day.
Okay, thank you. Have a good day too.
Thank you.
So I can leave now, right?
You may leave. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
These are, nope. We need Mr. Young back for all of this, I think. Mr. Batar, I'm just waiting for Mr. Young.
Yes, Judge.
This is 17H253243COT. This is Huron Township versus Melvin Elam. May I have your appearances, please?
Caitlin Foley Carter on behalf of Huron Township, Your Honor.
Royce Stanley on behalf of the defendants, Your Honor. Date and time scheduled for the arraignment pretrial. We'd waive a formal reading and stand mute. For purposes of the pretrial, Mr. Elam wants to accept the offer of pleading to the reduced charge of allowing an unlicensed driver to drive.
Sir, state your name for me, please.
Melvin Elam?
Mr. Elam, you were able to hear Mr. Nunley just now?
Yes.
Sir, raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Affirm.
Thank you. You may put your hand down. Sir, you've had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Nunley. You understand the charges you face and the possible penalties.
Yes.
And after having that conversation, it's your agreement that you will plead guilty to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive.
Yes.
You understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes.
And sir, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes.
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 Why are you laughing? What just happened? What did I miss?
Nothing is, you're right, Judge. He's guilty.
I'm guilty.
Oh, boy. I want to hear the backstory one day. Sir, is it true that on September 7th, 2017 in Huron Township, you allowed an unlicensed driver to drive?
Yes.
Satisfied, Ms. Foley Carter?
Satisfied, Your Honor. Thank you.
Satisfied, Mr. Nunley?
Satisfied, Judge. Thank you.
Sir, the court accepts your plea of guilty to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive. The drove while license not valid or improper is dismissed. Is there anything you'd like to say, Mr. Nunley, before fines and costs are assessed in this matter?
I'd leave that to the discretion of the court.
Thank you. Mr. Elam, the court will impose the minimal fines and costs in this matter. There's a $100 fine. There's $100 in costs. There's $75 mandatory crime victim fee. There's $50 mandatory state costs, $20 fund fee. There's a $50 bench warrant fee, $45 clearance fee, $50 late fee, $15 administrative fee. That's a total of $505. There is currently a bond of $150 on this file that will leave a balance of $355. Do you need more than 5 days to pay that balance, sir?
No.
Mr. Elam, 5 days to pay that balance. You can pay it in person, you can mail it to the court, or you can bring it to the court. You have another matter. It looks like you already have a payment plan in place. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Foley Carter?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Nunley?
Nothing further. Thank you.
Mr. Elam, thank you for your patience this morning. Good luck to you. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Shalal?
Good morning, Your Honor. Sorry about that.
No worries. Is Mr. McKay with you?
No.
I see why. Give me 1 second. These paper files, Mary Ann, oh, not even paper file, the non-paper paper. This is 23 HR 04656 A and B. These are Huron Township versus John McKay. May I have your appearance, please?
Caitlin Foley Carter on behalf of Huron Township, Your Honor.
Anthony Shalal, PH4933 on behalf of defendant John McKay.
Thank you. These matters were scheduled for pre-hearing this morning. Mr. Shalal, how are you proceeding this morning?
I haven't had a chance to talk to Ms. Carter yet. I'd like to speak with her if possible.
Oh, absolutely. Go ahead into the breakout with her. I'll get these Sumter matters cleared out.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
These are 23 SU 00407 A and B. These are Sumter Township versus Zella Utley. May I have your appearances, please?
Robert Young, Sumter Township, Your Honor.
Daniel Batar on behalf of Miss Utley, Your Honor.
Zella Utley.
Ma'am, thank you. Today's the day and time set for the adjourned pretrial in these matters. Mr. Batar, how are we proceeding this morning?
Your Honor, we're working towards a resolution. There's still some more negotiations that have to take place. Mr. Young has to get some more information from the victim in this case. We're asking for an adjourned court date about 2 months out if possible.
That adjourned date will be
August 10th at 9 o'clock.
August 10th at 9 a.m. in number 3 with Judge Green back on Zoom. Anything else in this matter, Mr. Young?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Bitar?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Ma'am, your adjourned date is August 10th at 9 a.m. with Judge Green in number 3. Have a good day. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. These are 23SU00117OM, 23SU00115BOT, and 23SU00115AOM. These are all Sumter Township versus James Arthur. May I have your appearances, please?
Present. Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Josh Hadley appearing on behalf of the defendant, Mr. James Alter, who's appearing via Zoom. Mr. Alter, please state your name.
James Alter.
Today is the day and time set for the arraignment and pretrial in these matters. Mr. Hadley, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, we'll waive the formal reading, and we've reached a resolution with the prosecutor on this matter. As it relates to both of the animal at large charges, they're going to be dismissed. The driving while license, which is the B case on the case ending in 115, will also be dismissed, Your Honor. And Mr. Alter will be pleading responsible to the civil infraction of double parking with a $400 fine.
Explain the history. How did, and I know we talk about this every time you're here, but
Mr. Alter?
How did
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, is that you with the TV in the background or radio of some sort?
Is that better?
That's wonderful. Thank you, sir. Mr. Alter, you had the opportunity to discuss this matter with Mr. Hadley, and you understand the charges you face and the possible penalties.
Yes.
And after having that conversation, sir, is your understanding that you will be pleading responsible to the added count of double parking?
Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand for me, sir. Do you swear or affirm testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. May put your hand down. Sir, you understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind.
Yes, ma'am.
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes, ma'am.
And sir, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead responsible?
No, ma'am.
Sir, is it true that on January 28, 2023 in Sumter Township, you were double parked contrary to law?
I guess, ma'am.
Satisfied, Mr. Young?
Yes, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Hadley?
Yes, yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Alter, the court accepts your plea of responsible to the added count of double parking, dismisses the pending misdemeanors in these matters. As previously indicated by Mr. Hadley, the court will impose a fine of $400 in these matters. Do you need more than 5 days to pay this amount, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Before you leave today, sir, you will go into the breakout room with Maria of the court's collection department. She'll put you on the payment plan for the $400. Is there anything else in these matters, Mr. Young?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Hadley?
No, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Sir, you'll see an invitation to go into the collections meeting room with Maria. Please go there. She'll set you on the payment plan. You have a wonderful day. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Mary Ann, any update from Michelle regarding the car matters?
I'll try her again.
Thank you. This is a recall of, I just saw it. 23HR04656 A and B, Huron Township versus McKay. Your appearances, please.
Lynn Foley Carter, and Huron Township, Your Honor.
Anthony Shaw on behalf of defendant John McKay.
Thank you. Today was the day and time set for the pre-hearings in these matters. The parties have had the opportunity to speak. How are we proceeding this morning, sir?
Your Honor, we agreed on double parking, the $150 fine.
And sir, you have full authority from your client to enter such an agreement.
Yes, Your Honor.
The court accepts your plea of responsible to the added count of double parking, assess the fine and cost of $250, dismiss the registration or plate violation and the no proof of insurance. Does your client need more than 5 days to pay this amount, sir?
No, Your Honor, but we agreed on $150, so not $250.
I'm looking at the plea form. Is it 150, Ms. Foley Carter?
It is. There was an amendment, Your Honor.
Thank you. $150 responsible to double parking, 5 days to pay. Anything else on behalf of the township?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else on behalf of Mr. McKay?
No, Your Honor, thank you very much.
That concludes this matter, sir. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Thank you. This is 23SU 00503 A and B. These are Sumter Township versus Reuben Jeffries. May I have your appearances, please?
Good morning, Your Honor.
Robert Young, Sumter Township, Your Honor. I don't believe.
Bryce Nunley on behalf of the defendant.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's for purposes of the agreement, we waive formal reading and stand mute. For purposes of the pretrial, the prosecutors offered to reduce this charge to a double parking for a $400 fine in exchange for dismissal of the original 2 charges.
Thank you. Mr. Jeffries, raise your right hand for me, please, sir. Do you swear affirm testimony you give in these matters will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. You may put your hand down. Sir, you had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Nunley this morning, and it's your understanding that you'll be pleading responsible to the added count of double parking and that the speeding and the driving while license suspended cases will be dismissed.
Yes.
You understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes.
And sir, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead responsible?
No.
Sir, is it true that on May 8th, 2023 in Sumter Township, you were double parked contrary to law?
Yes.
Sir, the court accepts your plea of responsible to the added count of double parking and dismisses the driving while license suspended misdemeanor and the speeding.
Yes.
The court will impose a fine of $400 as previously agreed and placed on the record by Mr. Nunley. Do you need more than 5 days to pay that amount, sir?
No.
Anything else in this matter, Mr. Young?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Nunley?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Jeffries, again, 5 days to pay, $400, and that concludes both of these matters. You have a wonderful day. Good luck to you, sir.
You too.
Thank you. Mary Ann, the question was Zoom or in person with Judge Green for Carr?
Well, that makes a difference. Give me one more second.
I know, I saw your response and I was like, the response is not to the right question.
Rob, can I see you in your room, please?
Oh, good. I can take a break. Thank you, Mr. Patar.
Anytime.
This is 185018. Nope. Ugh.
Sounded like you were saying the right case number, Judge.
I was, but it's the wrong prosecutor, so.
Oh, okay. I think Mr. Young trusts me. I don't think we need him in here, Judge, but it's your call.
You don't think that I need him? Let me see. Oh, what? Actually, there's a plea in the file? Yeah, let's call this. 1850180T Sumter Township versus Matthew Mark Taylor. May I have your appearances, please?
Daniel Bater on behalf of Mr. Taylor, Your Honor. He's charged with DWLS. You said something about a plea being in the file, but I talked to Mr. Young shortly or a short time ago, and he's willing to do double parking with $400 as a stipulated fine.
I know you can't see it, but that's exactly what's on the paper.
Oh, okay, good.
Mr. Taylor, state your name for me, please, sir.
Matthew Taylor.
Mr. Taylor, you've had the opportunity to discuss the case this matter with Mr. Bater. You understand the charges you face and the possible penalties.
Yes.
Raise your right hand for me, please, sir. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give in this matter? Are you laying down?
Wow. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor. You may put your hand down, sir. You understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Okay.
And sir, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily. You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you plea responsible.
No, I haven't.
Sir, is it true that on December 11, 2018 in Sumter Township, you were double parked contrary to law?
Yes.
Mr. Taylor, the court accepts your plea of responsible to the added count of double parking and will dismiss the misdemeanor driving while license suspended. As previously indicated by Mr. Bater, and as indicated on the form in the file, the fine will be $400. Do you need more than 5 days to pay that amount, sir?
Yes, and I actually have a lot of fines with the court, so I was going to come in. And is there a way that maybe I can come talk to the clerk in this matter as far as that goes, or?
Well, Mr. Taylor, I'm cutting you off because we can actually do a little something better for you this morning. I know attached to the front of your file is a list of cases that you have with the court where you already owe $5,297. Maria from the court's collection department is here on the line this morning. We can actually move you into a breakout room. You can set a single payment plan with her to roll all of your cases into a singular payment plan, okay?
And then, I mean, I wanted to speak with somebody about that 5,000 too. I mean, is there a way I could see a judge on there? That's, you know, I don't see how I got up to that amount. But so that
that's why I'm saying if you go into the breakout room, Maria, she can discuss that with you. These go back to, there's another 2018 case in here. There's double parkings, there's impeding traffics, there's left to center, there's the cases are all listed. You can go in there and talk to her, or you can call the court's collection department. I don't know that somebody's gonna actually sit down in a cube with you and go line by line with you, but she's here right now, able to go into a Zoom breakout with you to discuss this, okay?
I will do that. That sounds great.
Okay, you'll see an invitation to go into the collections breakout room with her.
Thank you.
Good luck to you, Mr. Taylor.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Cotton, give me 1 second to find your file.
Okay.
This is 23HR019270T. This is Huron Township versus Ronald James Cotton. May I have your appearances, please?
Caitlin Foley Carter, on behalf of Huron Township, Your Honor.
Roy Snelly on behalf of the defendant, Your Honor. Date and time scheduled for arraignment pretrial. For purposes of the arraignment, we waive a formal reading and stand mute. Purposes of the pretrial, Mr. Cotton is going to accept the offer of the reduced charge of failing to report a PD accident.
Thank you. Mr. Cotton, raise your right hand for me, please, sir. Do you swear or affirm testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. You may put your hand down, sir. You've had the opportunity to discuss this case with Mr. Nunley. You understand the charges you face and the possible penalties.
Yes.
And sir, after having that conversation with Mr. Nunley, is your understanding that you will plead guilty to the reduced count of failing to report a property damage accident?
Yes.
You understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind?
Yes.
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor?
Yes, I understand.
And sir, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No.
You're pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes.
Sir, is it true that on February 18, 2023 in Huron Township, you failed to report a property damage accident?
Yes.
Satisfied, Ms. Foley Carter?
Satisfied, Your Honor. Thank you.
Satisfied, Mr. Nunley?
Satisfied, thank you.
Sir, the court accepts your plea of guilty to the reduced count of failing to report a property damage accident. Mr. Nunley, is there anything you'd like to say before fines and costs are imposed in this matter?
I leave it to the discretion of the court, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Cotton, the court will impose minimum fines and costs in this matter. There's a $100 fine. There's $100 in cost. There's $75 mandatory crime victims fee, $50 mandatory state cost, $20 fund fee. There's a $50 show cause fee for failure to appear previously and a $15 administrative fee. That's $410, sir. The court is able to apply the $150 bond, which would leave a balance due in this matter of $260. Do you need more than 5 days to pay this amount, sir?
Yes, I do, please.
Mr. Cotton, we can move you into the breakout room. You can speak to Maria about the balance that's due in this matter, or you can go online and submit a request for a payment plan. Anything else this morning in this matter, Ms. Foley Carter?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Nunley?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Cotton, please. I was going to say, please watch out for the invitation to go into the collections breakout room, sir. Good luck to you. This is 1913240T. This is Sumter Township versus Maurice Demi.
Good
May I have your
morning, Your
appearances,
Honor.
please? State your name, sir.
Maurice Demi for the record.
Thank you, Mr. Demi. Demi, the way the court staff have you labeled indicates that you're waiving your right to have the assistance of the court-appointed attorney this morning. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor.
It's your intention to proceed on your own this morning, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Sir, have you had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Young, the prosecutor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Young, how are we proceeding this morning in this matter?
Move to amend, Your Honor, double parking, $400, dismissed, driving while license suspended.
Thank you. Mr. Demi, you've heard what Mr. Young just placed on the record.
Yes, Your Honor.
And sir, is your understanding and agreement that you will be pleading responsible to the added count of double parking and the misdemeanor driving while license suspended will be dismissed?
Correct, Your Honor.
Raise your right hand for me, sir. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. You may put your hand down. You understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind.
Yes, Your Honor.
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes, Your Honor.
And sir, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily. You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead responsible.
Correct.
Mr. Demi, is it true that on March 17, 2019 in Sumter Township, you were double parked contrary to law?
Yes, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Young?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. The court accepts your plea of responsible to the added count of double parking. The driving while license suspended will be dismissed. As previously indicated by Mr. Young, the fine and cost in this matter will be $400. Sir, you have other outstanding matters with this court where you owe a total of $2,301.37. Before you leave today, the court can move you into the collection department. You are able to set a singular payment plan in all of these matters. Maria from the court's collection department is in that room and can assist you with adding that today's $400 to your existing payment plan, okay?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Anything else this morning, Mr. Demi? I take that as a no. Okay. These are 23SU00522 A and B. These are Sumter Township versus James Gannon. May I have your appearances, please?
Robert Young, Sumter Township, Your Honor.
Mr. Gannon, state your name for me, please, sir.
James Gannon?
Mr. Gannon, the way the court staff have you labeled indicate that you're waiving your right to have the assistance of the court-appointed attorney this morning. Is that correct, sir?
No, it's not. He told me to get an attorney. The prosecutor told me to get an attorney.
Then, Mr. Gannon, you're going to see an invitation to go into the breakout room. There are 2 court-appointed attorneys here this morning. You can speak to one of them about the charges you face and any offer that might be pending from the prosecutor, okay?
Okay.
Please go into that room. You'll see it in just a moment. Mr. Bassett, give me 1 moment.
Take your time, Judge.
It's not my time I'm worried about. It's your time.
Judge, you know, considering your docket and all that you got going on, don't worry about me, Judge. I'm here.
I know you have other stuff to do. Sitting here with me is not it. These paper files are just a little bit different to find.
You know what's interesting, Your Honor, is we're switching over. We're going paperless in the office, and I'm a relatively young man, but I prefer paper. And so they all go crazy here. They tell me, "What's wrong with you? Electronic is the way to go." I say, "No, I'm a dinosaur. Leave it that way."
I've been on both sides, and I don't know. I've been in a paperless office where the electric went out and we couldn't access anything. So yeah, I don't know. These are 23HR0510A, B, and C. These are Huron Township versus Anwar Ibrahim. May I have your appearances, please?
Thank you, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Hussein Bazzi, P85891, appearing on behalf of Mr. Abraham.
Caitlin Foley Carter and behalf of Huron Township, Your Honor.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the pre-hearings in these matters. The parties have had the opportunity to speak. How are we proceeding this morning, Mr. Bazzi?
Thank you, Your Honor. The people have agreed to dismiss the original charges, have agreed to amend to include a double parking with a fine of $350. And I do have responsibility. I have authority to accept responsibility on behalf of Mr. Abraham.
Did you say $350?
Correct, Your Honor.
Thank you. The court does have the plea form from Ms. Foley Carter and will accept the plea of responsible to the double parking, dismiss the other matters, impose a fines and costs totaling $350. Sir, does your client need more than 5 days to pay that amount?
Judge, I would ask for 2 weeks.
14 days to pay. Anything else in these matters, Ms. Foley Carter?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Bazzi?
Nothing further, Judge.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You as well, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Young.
Yes, Your Honor.
How are you this morning?
I'm fine, Your Honor. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good. When I got here, you were already talking. When I got here at 5 minutes to 8, you were already talking to Mr. Zelenak, and I didn't want to interrupt, and I had not had an opportunity to properly say good morning and inquire.
Oh, no, I just, thank you. Ed Zelenak and I go back a long way, and I remember he in his radio days, because I used to do some entertainment law, so there was some crossover. It was kind of fun back then. But that's when we were much younger. if we don't have anything going right now, is it possible? I have like 5 things I need to talk to Mary Ann. Can I go into a breakout room with her? Is that possible, or do I need to wait till the end?
Go with Mary Ann. See, because you could have already gone, you could have already been gone and started with her. So go, please go.
All right, how do I go in there?
We've been on Zoom for 3 years. Mary Ann, get your friend, please.
Just go in your meeting room and I'll meet you. I'll zoom
Okay,
I'll
thanks.
zoom it in there. Yeah.
Miss Foley Carter, I'm telling you, these people.
You know, I love being with the Sumter docket because it makes me look good.
We started today with 129 distinct entries on our docket, which scared me when I saw it on Monday.
Simply Construction had about 20 of those, so.
Well, the fact that I sit and go through every single one of them and make notes is like, ugh.
Can't imagine.
We have some weird ones. We had some weird ones this morning, but while we have, let me see, is that it? Is there? Mr. Gannon's file I already have, Mr. Baker's file. Is that it? That's really it. So we had a whole 8 o'clock docket where most people did not appear. I'm gonna dispense with that while we're waiting for whomever to come back out. Okay.
That's good, Judge.
These are 2-3 SU 00398 A and B. These are Sumter Township versus Anaya Anderson. The matters were scheduled at 8 a.m. for show cause arraignment pretrial. It's now 9:55 by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear again in these matters, bench warrant shall issue 5,010%.
Caitlin, can I stay in your room, please?
They're asking me how I'm gonna. So I need all the information.
Mr. Gannon,
Yes, ma'am.
just wanted you to be sure that you understood that you are you're unmuted, which means whatever you were just saying is streaming on YouTube and being recorded.
Okay.
Mr. Nolly, are we ready with Mr. Gannon?
Yeah, Your Honor. I mean, I don't represent Mr. Gannon. I spoke for him.
Oh, I thought did you talk to him?
I did talk to him for maybe 60 seconds total, and I won't represent him. There's been a breakdown within the first 30 seconds of me being in that room, and I'm not able to represent.
Can I talk to the judge? Can I?
You can wait your turn. I mean, when you're in a court, generally one person talks at a time.
Okay. But you go first. Gotcha.
No, Mr. Gannon. This is a recall of 23 SU 00522 A, B, and C. These are Sumter Township versus Gannon.
Yep. And he was wondering how I'm pleading. Okay.
I'm sorry?
Can I speak?
Yes, I couldn't hear you because I was actively talking. So what were you saying, sir?
Well, then there must be a lag in the communication where I'm at.
It is. There's like a 2-second delay.
And I'm sorry, I apologize. He was wondering how I plead for an OWI and everything else, and I'm waiting on the blood tox from the Michigan State Police. I've not been aware of what the toxicology came back with. And so I can't really.
Mr. Gannon?
Yep.
I'm interrupting you because I don't want you to talk about what happened on May the 14th. Today is just the day for the arraignment, which is usually the first time people hear the formal charges against them and the possible penalties they face. It's not about discovery. It's not about blood results from MSP. We're not there yet. We are not responsible, guilty, not guilty, or stand mute. So if your conversation in the breakout with the court-appointed attorney started with anything other than how are we making this first appearance, you're well you're too far into the case. We are just at this very first stage.
All
So
right.
that being made clear to you,
Yep.
do you want, yes, is the response.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, that's even better. Do you want to go back into the breakout with Mr. Nunley, or will you be proceeding on your own this morning?
Can I have a different prosecuting attorney? Because obviously he doesn't get along with me.
Well, Mr. Gannon, the mere fact that you are misidentifying Mr. Nunley as the prosecutor, he's not the prosecutor. Mr. Young is the prosecutor. Mr. Nunley is the court-appointed attorney.
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So, thank you. So listen, I'm not sure what happened. I'm not sure what happened on May the 14th, but you need to sit still, be patient, and talk to attorneys who have experience in these matters. Mr. Nunley shook his head. There is one other person here from the indigent defense office. He is in with someone else. If you want to wait and sit, we can put you with Mr. Batar. He only has one person right now, but this is not a shopping expedition. You can have the attorneys who are here court appointed. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
We'll pass this matter. We'll put you in with Mr.
Yes,
to wait to talk to Mr. Batar. I'll recall the case when you come out.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Ruth.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Did you need to speak to the prosecutor, or are you ready for your client's case to be called?
I'd like to speak to her real quick, Judge. We talked on, I believe it was Tuesday, but I'd just like to talk to her real quick again.
You should see an invitation to go into her breakout room, sir.
I have not gotten one yet. There we go. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome, sir. These are, nope, Miss Foley Carter just left, Mr. Bedard. There's one other person that's been put into the MIDC waiting room. So when we're done with Mr. Baker, I'm gonna have you go talk to Mr. Gannon, please.
Yes, Judge.
He says wait, but not really.
Okay, yeah, I just see that. It says wait, but not really. If you want, I can go in there and talk to him now while we're waiting for Miss Belcher, or Miss Belcher. I called her Miss Belcher. Miss Foley Carter.
Please do that, sir. Thank you.
Yes.
Sorry, buddy.
This is 23HR 050210I, Huron Township versus Joseph Molnar. May I have your appearance, please?
Your Honor, John Ruth on behalf of Joseph Molnar, P 48540.
Today was the day and time set for the pre-hearing in this matter. Ms. Foley Carter, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, it's my understanding that Mr. Molnar will be pleading responsible to the charged offense of passing a school bus.
I'm sorry, responsible to passing a school bus.
That's correct.
Mr. Ruth.
That is correct, Your Honor. The prosecution has indicated that they are not willing to reduce charges, so we will plead responsible.
And I see Mr. Molnar sitting there to your right.
That is correct, Your Honor. He is my nephew.
Mr. Molnar, state your name. I'm sorry, I missed it the first time.
Joseph Molnar.
And sir, you understand we're here this morning for a pre-hearing on the citation issued to you back on May 10th, 2023.
Correct, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Ruth has indicated that you were pleading responsible to the sole count in the civil infraction of passing or overtaking a school bus.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Mr. Ruth, is there something you'd like to say before fines and costs are assessed in this matter?
Yes, Your Honor. Joe is my nephew. He is a graduate of high school with honors. He is employed. He will be attending Madonna University on an academic and partial athletic scholarship. If at all possible, I'd ask that the court waive the points if it is in this court's discretion.
It is not, I appreciate that, Mr. Ruth, but it is not in this court's discretion what the Secretary of State opts to do with Mr. Molnar's licensing and his driving record. That's between he and the Secretary of State. This court does accept the plea of responsible to the sole count in this matter of passing or overtaking a school bus. Ms. Foley Carter, was there something you wanted to say?
Nothing, Your Honor.
Thank you. This court will impose fines and costs of $245 in this matter. Mr. Molnar, do you need more than 5 days to pay this amount?
Your Honor, I would ask for 2 weeks for him to pay it.
14 days to pay. Anything else, Mr. Ruth?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Molnar, good luck to you at Madonna. Have a good day. You're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Baker, I'm just waiting for Mr. Attar to come back, but I wanted to take a minute to thank you this morning for having on a shirt and tie. That happens so rarely. I'm always shocked.
Thank you. Thank you. I try. Your Honor. It was a occasion I felt it needed.
Oh. Good morning. How are you, sir? Because I'm actively sitting here. I saw an email yesterday and I thought you were on your way back yesterday.
So this is the one, so I'm hoping that maybe after you read it, if it needs to be, this is the one for the packages.
Thank you.
So if I need to, what more I need to do in it, that's why I come to you. So
Do you swear affirm the testimony you give? Do you swear affirm the contents of the affidavit are true to the best of your knowledge and information and belief? Thank you. Okay, so you used to put your name differently, and I noticed it yesterday, and I meant to say something to you. I don't care how you put it. However you go by is fine with me. It doesn't matter. I just thought it was interesting.
So a lot of times over the years, So my first name is Golf.
I know.
My middle name, sorry. So my middle name is what I always call my whole entire life. It's Travis, my whole entire life. So I asked my mom, I said, why'd you name me that? I'm not a junior. It's my dad's name, my grandpa's name, not a junior. So that's why she can't give me an answer. And now she's not here to tell me anymore. So
Are you serious?
yeah, so she says your grandpa wanted to be named that, and I said, okay.
Mr. Shana, good morning, sir. Maybe not. That's fine. But it's just a family name.
Just a family name from, yeah, no idea.
I hate that I know who Bo is. I even have his trading card for some reason.
So I got it yesterday from my dad. I go, can I have a card from you this time? He goes, hey, you never got one. I said, no, all these years. I said, no.
I've had that thing for what, 4 years? Every time I stumble across it, I just laugh.
So this is one new to me because I called the postal inspectors. I called everyone trying to figure out like
what to do.
Yeah.
I'm listening to you. I'm just waiting
Yeah,
for
once
somebody
you
to
tell
pop
me
back.
that way, it's almost like color property.
Mhm.
So as I'm thinking out loud, as I'm talking, as you're reading that.
Mhm.
So in his car we did a search for yesterday, there was an ID for a guy that not related. There's people related to that house, but no one's related to that name. That Angel Porter's no name.
I knew it.
So and we can't find anything related. So the dog hit on very weird too, because he had him run. There's two packages. One's big, one's small. The dog runs by the small one, just looks at it and goes right to the big one, and instantly just jumps up and starts ripping at it. So I thought maybe, but very intriguing to me.
I told you, I said, if they're not connected to that address at all, then that's.
The post office I spoke to yesterday, they were delivered months ago, just never opened, but he was in prison. So we thought maybe they're delivered. He just finally said, hey, I'm gonna go pick them up. Maybe. So this may turn into
Something interesting.
Yeah, there's also a bunch more search warrants coming to the, I think, from Perkins or something. There's a robbery over there right now that some robbed a prostitute last night. That turned into a mess. That turned into us chasing him in DPD. Just a big mess. So, and then the guys didn't get any information from DPD, so I had to call my brother down there to see if he gave me all the information that happened last night. So we're in the middle of.
See, I never hear anything between 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock the next morning. If nobody calls me, I have no idea what's going on.
Last night, apparently he met a prostitute online that come to meet her in Detroit or here, and then she had a gun under her bed.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Allegedly, he took her gun, used her gun to rob her and her money. He takes off, everybody sees him running. All the money on him, but our guys they just left it as property. Isn't that like, that's your evidence right there? I was like, so Perk and I just took it out of the property, and it's just some of these young guys, it's very hard. They just they haven't figured out yet. Like they get the bag, and forget what else has to go, and that's what is killing these guys. Their learning curve is it's very tough.
When somebody's bad, they're not just a little bad. There's usually
This
a
guy
whole bunch
did,
of other
he did
stuff.
everything. So I really appreciate it. I will
No
let you know
worries.
if I find out 2 minutes. I'm opening up and see what I can. I'm hoping there's something in there.
Well, wasn't Johansson, I can't think of the other guy, tall, slender guy. They had a box full of toy stuff with fentanyl. This was last year sometime, and it's funny because it's a stuffed dog that does ABCs and 1, 2, 3s that I have bought like 24 times over the last 15 years. I give it to all the little kids in our family because it's a smart toy. But when I see this box of this thing, I don't
That's
get
my
it, but
fear
that's
is
me.
I'm hoping this, like, we're very careful in a minute because he had fentanyl patches. She used fentanyl. So I'm hoping there's nothing like, I'm not gonna open it crazy. We're just gonna slice it open and see if it looks like it's something crazy. I'll just back off, but that's what I'm afraid of. Fentanyl pills
something that you need to cover your whole self in
Yeah,
before
yeah,
you open it. Well, listen,
But
if
I'll see
you,
it's very nice.
I was gonna say, if you need something, I'm here.
I'll see a Narcan. Yeah, so, thank you very much.
You're so
I called
welcome.
the desk. They called, probably why.
You
The
call,
number you gave me an email yesterday, that's the number I called.
oh, but I'm sitting here actively in the middle of 130
That wasn't better,
cases.
so I didn't want to call
It is better. No, it's just, so,
Well,
yeah,
okay.
it doesn't matter. I'm glad you came over. Always good to
Thank
see
very
you.
much. Thank you.
Mr. Sheena, what are you here for, sir?
Mr. Sandia, we're reducing it to a LAS 6 to 10 over.
It'll be a paper file, Your Honor.
That's, I'm trying to find it. This. And it's a weird paper file because everything else had something else attached to it. This one is just the loose citation of 2-3. I don't mind, and I put a P next to it on the docket sheet, but it's still a matter of making sure you 23HR 03380OI. This is Huron Township versus Marlon Sandia. May I have your appearances, please?
Caitlin Foley Carter on behalf of Huron Township, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Gregory Sheena on behalf of Mr. Sandia. I do have permission to enter a plea on his behalf.
Thank you. And Mr. Sheena, I was a little distracted by the police and their warrant. I didn't hear the plea as to what, sir?
LAS 6 to 10 over.
$19 prior tickets. Mr. Sheila, do we have a bigger problem?
I don't think so. I think, you know, some of them were in his past. A lot of them are on his record already. And then he knows he's trying to get off of that lead foot a little bit.
Anything else, Ms. Foley Carter?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Sheena?
Nope.
Responsible 6 to 10 over $175. Does your client need more than 5 days to pay, sir?
I don't think so.
5 days to pay. Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
What happened with Mr. Batar? I need, Mr. Baker's been sitting here ever so patiently. Mr. Carmichael?
I'm here.
Sir, have you spoken to an attorney this morning?
No, I haven't.
Did you want to speak to the court-appointed attorney before your case is called?
Yeah, that'll work.
We'll send you into a breakout room with him, sir.
All right, thank you.
He was, I sent him into a breakout room. He just needs to join with the clerk right now. He never joined.
Okay.
Well, he's going right now. This is 23HR 03849 AOT. This is Huron Township versus Amanda Bram. The case is scheduled for show cause arraignment pretrial at 8 o'clock. It's now 10:17 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear Again, in this matter, Benchmore shall issue 5,010%. Mr. Carmichael, you are in the wrong place, sir. Please go back into the breakout room so you can talk to the court-appointed attorney about your matters. These are 23SU00151 AOT. Nope. Let's try it again. 23SU00413 AOT. This is Sumter Township versus Arthur Callaway. This matter was scheduled for show cause arraignment pretrial at 8 a.m. It is now 10:18 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear for a second time in this matter, bench warrant shall issue 5,010%. This is 23HR03927 COT Huron Township versus Del Reese Davis. Matter was scheduled for show cause arraignment pretrial at 8 a.m. It's now 10:19 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear for a second time in this matter, bench warrant shall issue 5,010%. Good morning, Mr. Davis.
Are you talking to
I'm
me?
sorry, Mr. Daniels. Mr. Daniels, sorry. Good morning.
Morning.
Did you need to speak to Mr. Young?
Yes, just briefly.
Marianne will get you moved into his breakout room.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sir, with that dark blue hoodie on, you should see an invitation to go into a breakout room. Please go there so staff can help you get labeled and connected to the court-appointed attorney.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. This is 19H2 86679 AOT. This is Huron Township versus Anashia Grissendanner. This matter was scheduled for 8 a.m. this morning. It's now 10:21 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear. The previously posted bond is forfeited.
Sir, you should have seen an invitation to join a breakout room.
Something's popping up right now. No, nothing's popping up. Okay, we see it.
This is 23HR05258OT. This is Huron Township versus James Chikalis. May I have your appearances, please?
Caitlin Foley Carter on behalf of Huron Township, Your Honor.
State your name for me, please, sir.
James Chikolis.
Mr. Chikolis, the way the court staff have you labeled indicate that you're waiving your right to have the assistance of the court-appointed attorney this morning. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
You intend to proceed on your own this morning?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you had the opportunity to speak to Ms. Foley Carter?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Ms. Foley Carter, how are we proceeding in this matter this morning?
Your Honor, we've had an opportunity to talk. It looks like he remedied the situation immediately with his driver's license. I don't want to stand between him and being able to drive, so I'll reduce it to double parking with a fine of $200.
Sir, raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear affirm testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. You may put your hand down. Sir, after having the opportunity to speak to the prosecutor in this matter, is your understanding and agreement that you will be tendering a plea of responsible to the added count of double parking and the misdemeanor driving while license suspended would be dismissed?
Yes, Your Honor.
And that's how you wish to proceed this morning?
Yes, Your Honor.
And sir, you're doing so freely and voluntarily. You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead responsible to the double parking.
Yes, Your Honor. No, I have not.
You're pleading responsible because you are responsible.
Yes.
Sir, the court accepts your plea of responsible to the double parking. Will assess the $200 fine that Ms. Foley Carter placed on the record. Do you need more than 5 days to pay that amount?
No, Your Honor.
5 days to pay? Driving while license suspended, dismissed. The entry is for double parking. Anything else this morning, in this matter, Ms. Foley Carter?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else, sir?
No, Your Honor.
You're free to go. You have a good day. Good luck to you.
You too. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bless you, sir. I don't want to interrupt Mr. Batar, but Mr. Baker has, I can't. Oh. This is 22 HR 01557 AOT. This is Huron Township versus Damon Hill. The matter was scheduled this morning at 8 a.m. for show cause arraignment pretrial. It's now 10:25 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear for a second time in this matter. Have the matter set for show cause for forfeit of the bond. Mary Ann,
Yes, ma'am.
could you please go into the clerk's room and help Andy?
Yes, I will.
Thank you. This is 23SU 00339 AOT. This is Sumter Township versus Jesus Howard. The matter was scheduled for show cause arraignment pretrial at 8 a.m. It's now 10:27 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear for a second time in this matter. Bench warrant shall issue 5,000, 10%. These are 23SU00394 A and B. These are Sumter Township versus John Johnson. These matters were scheduled for show cause arraignment pretrial at 8 a.m. It's now 10:28 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant, having failed to appear for a second time in this matter, bench warrant shall issue 5,000, 10%. These are 23HR05123 A and B. These are Huron Township versus Jonathan Baker. May I have your appearances, please?
Gordon Foley Carter on behalf of Huron Township, Your Honor.
Daniel Batar on behalf of Mr. Baker, Your Honor.
Mr. Baker, state your name for me, please, sir.
Jonathan Baker.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the arraignment and pretrial in these matters. Mr. Batar, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, the prosecution is going to dismiss the expired license charge. My client will plead responsible to.
I'm sorry, hold on. Ms. Foley Carter's dismissing.
The expired license charge, Your Honor. My client will plead responsible to impeding traffic.
Thank you. Mr. Baker, you had the opportunity to meet with Mr. Batar this morning. You understand the charges you face and the possible penalties.
Yes, Your Honor.
And after having that conversation, is your understanding and agreement that you will tender a plea of responsible to impeding traffic?
Yes.
Raise your right hand for me, please, Mr. Baker. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I swear, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. You may put your hand down. Sir, you understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind.
Yes, Your Honor.
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes, Your Honor.
And sir, you're entering a plea of responsible to impeding traffic freely and voluntarily. You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead responsible.
No, Your Honor.
Sir, is it true that on May 16, 2023 in Huron Township, you impeded traffic by driving in excess of the posted speed limit?
Yes, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Ms. Foley Carter?
Satisfied, Your Honor. Thank you.
Satisfied, Mr. Batar?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Sir, the court accepts your plea of responsible to the impeding traffic and dismisses the expired license citation and will impose fines and costs of $180. Do you need more than 5 days to pay that amount, sir?
No, Your Honor.
5 days to pay. Anything else in this matter, Ms. Foley Carter?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Batar?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
Mr. Baker, thank you for your patience this morning. You can pay online, you can mail it to the court, or you can bring it to the court. You have a wonderful day and good luck to you.
Thank you. You too, Your Honor.
Thank you. This is a recall of oh, he's not out here. Mr. Carmichael?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you speak to an attorney?
No, I was in the breakout room. I didn't see no attorney.
Because, sir, what happens is the court staff verifies your name, address, phone number, etc., and then they put you in with the attorney. So every time you pop out, I'm going to ask you to go back in. The attorneys are here. Thank you.
All right.
This is a recall of the Gannon matters that are 522 A, B, and C. Your appearances, please.
Robert Young, Sumter Township, Your Honor.
Mr. Gannon? Unmute yourself, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, you had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Batar?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, he was just here. Mr. Gannon, he's gone back into a breakout room. Sit tight, sir. I still see you. Just remute yourself. These are 23SU00535 A and B. These are Sumter Township versus Jacob Pace. May I have your appearances, please?
Robert Young, Sumter Township.
Mr. Daniels, unmute yourself. Your appearance.
Oh, sorry, Judge. Colin Daniels on behalf of Mr. Pace.
Mr. Pace, state your name for the record, sir.
Jacob Pace.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the arraignment and pretrials in these matters. Mr. Daniels, how are we proceeding?
Judge, at this point in time, regarding the arraignment, we would waive formal reading, stand mute at this time. And then I haven't a chance to pre-try the matter with Mr. Young. My office is still waiting on some underlying data from the Michigan State Police forensic lab. And Mr. Young is going to get me part of the report that I'm still lacking as well. So based on that, I'm going to ask the court for an adjournment for discovery purposes. And I think
Thank you.
I'd spoken to Mr. Young about moving this to August, Judge.
I'll get a date from Marianne in 1 second, but Mr. Pace, in the interim, your bond in this matter will be set at $5,000 personal. You do not need to post any money, but what you must do is continue to appear as directed by this court until this case is resolved in its entirety. Based on the allegations contained in the citation in this matter, condition of your bond is that you not purchase, possess, consume any alcoholic beverages during the pendency of this matter. Marianne, an August date for Mr. Young, please.
August 10th, 9:10.
August 10th at 9:10 a.m. And that will be in number 3 on Zoom with Judge Green. I've made a notation in the file that discovery has been requested from Mr. Young. Was there anything else in this matter, Mr. Daniels?
I don't have anything else, Judge.
Anything else, Mr. Young?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Pace, good luck to you. Next appearance date, August 10th at 9:10 a.m. in number 3. Have a good day and good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Rob?
Mr. Bitar, I had recalled the case of Mr. Gannon. Are you representing him?
Yes, I'm ready.
These are the matters that end in 522 A, B, and C. I already have the appearances of Mr. Young and Mr. Gannon. Mr. Bitar,
Daniel Bater on
how we
behalf.
Go ahead, sir. My apologies.
Daniel Bater on behalf of Mr. Gannon, Your Honor. Your Honor, we'll waive a formal reading. Stand mute, please.
Thank you. Based on the allegations contained in the citations in this matter, Mr. Gannon, the court will set your bond in these matters at $5,000 personal. You do not need to post any money, sir, but what you must do is continue to appear as directed by this court until this matter is resolved in its entirety. Condition of your bond, sir, is that you not purchase, possess, consume any alcoholic beverages during the pendency of this matter. Mr. Bitar, for purposes of pretrial, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, I need to get some discovery from Mr. Young, so could we get a pretrial on that August 10th date, please?
At 9:20?
Dude. That's fine.
Thank you. Mr. Gannon, your cases are being adjourned to August 10th, 2023 at 9:20 a.m. That's in number 3 with Judge Green back on Zoom. Mr. Bitar, the court's made the notation in the file that discovery has been requested in these matters. Anything else, Mr. Young?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Bitar?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Gannon, thank you for your patience this morning. Next appearance date is August the 10th at 9:20. You have a good day. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you. You do the same, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Mr. Gannon, I'll give you a call in a couple of weeks when I get the information, okay?
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Rob, can I see you in your room, please?
Have we seen Mr. French this morning?
I have not.
These are 23 HR 02262.
I don't know how much I've got to pay them.
A and 23 HR 01092A. These are both Huron Township versus Joseph Grievous. May I have your appearances, please?
Caitlin Foley Carter and Huron Township, Your Honor.
Personally, on behalf of the defendant, for purposes of the arraignment, Your Honor, we waive a formal reading and stand mute. For purposes of the pretrial, he's going to accept the offer of dismissal of one of the DWLS charges and then a reduction of the second DWLS charge to allowing an unlicensed driver to drive.
Thank you. Sir, state your name for the record.
Joseph Grievous.
Mr. Grievous, thank you. Mr. Nunley, just so we're all on the same page, both of these cases are in warrant status. The court is recalling the warrant. And we'll dismiss the older of the two files, the case that ends in 92A is being dismissed. Sir, Mr. Grievous, raise your right hand for me, please, sir. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
You're muted.
You're
sir.
muted, sir.
I do.
Thank you, sir. You may put your hand down. You've had the opportunity to discuss this case with Mr. Nunley. You understand the charges you face and the possible penalties.
Yes, I do.
And after having that conversation, sure, it's your understanding and agreement that you'll be tendering a plea of guilty of allowing an unlicensed driver to drive and that the driving while license suspended case will be dismissed.
Yes.
Sir, you understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind.
Yes.
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes.
And sir, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes.
Sir, is it true that on March 1st, 2023, in Huron Township, you allowed an unlicensed driver to drive?
Yes.
Satisfied, Ms. Foley Carter?
Satisfied, Your Honor. Thank you.
Satisfied, Mr. Nunley?
Satisfied, Judge. Thank you.
Sir, thank you. Sir, the court accepts your plea of guilty to the account of allowing an unlicensed driver to drive and will dismiss the driving while license suspended. The court will impose minimal fines and costs in this matter. There is a fine of $100. There's costs of $100. There's $75 mandatory crime victims fee. There's $50 mandatory state costs. There's a $50 show cause fee, $50 warrant fee, $20 fund fee. That's a total of $455. Sir, you have other outstanding matters with this court where there is a total of $2,376 owing. You already have a payment plan in those matters. The court is able to add this case to that list of payment plan. We can put you in with the collections department to confirm adding this case to that plan, okay?
Okay.
Anything else in this matter this morning, Ms. Foley Carter?
Nothing, Your Honor. Thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Nunley?
Nothing further, Judge.
Mr. Grievous, please go and speak to Maria about adding this to your existing payment plans that are appear scheduled to start on June the 22nd. Other than that, good luck to you, sir. You have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is SU 00250OM. This is Sumter Township versus Rena Quick. Have your appearances, please.
Rob Young, Sumter Township, Your Honor.
Daniel Batar on behalf of Ms. Quick, Your Honor.
Ma'am, state your name for the record.
Renee Quick.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the arraignment and pretrial in this matter. Mr. Batar, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, we'll waive a formal reading, stand mute, please, and we're asking for a pretrial at a later date, possibly July, sooner than that August date.
July 13th at 9:20.
In the interim, we will set bond in this matter. Ma'am, your bond will be set at 5,000 personal. You do not need to post any money, but what you must do is continue to appear as directed by this court until this matter is resolved in its entirety. Mr. Young, I do not see the name of the complainant in this case.
Your Honor, there's a question as to whether or not the complainant has passed away, and that's part of the reason for the adjournment. I need to check that.
Thank you, sir. The pretrial will be adjourned to July 13, 2023 at 9:20 a.m. in number 3 with Judge Green. Anything else in this matter, Mr. Young?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Batar?
Judge, if I could just tell Ms. Quick, I will be on vacation that week, so you will likely handle, or your case will likely be handled by one of my associates at your next court hearing, okay?
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Ma'am, have a good day. Good luck to you.
You too. Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Jacobs?
Yes, ma'am.
Sir, your case is scheduled at 10:30. It's 10:46. The court has not seen your attorney yet. Have you spoken to Mr. French this morning?
I haven't, just a text message. He's aware.
Okay. Sit tight. I just didn't want you to think I didn't see you. I see you. I'm just waiting for him to appear.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Rob, you got a second?
Sure.
This is 23SU004440T. This is Sumter Township versus Bruce David Jones. This matter is scheduled for show cause and arraignment pretrial at 8 a.m. It's now 10:48 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear for a second time in this matter, bench warrant shall issue 5,000, 10%. This is 23HR 04143 BOT. This is Huron Township versus Century Jones. This matter was scheduled for show cause and arraignment pretrial at 8 a.m. It's now 10:49 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear again in this matter. Bench warrant shall issue 5,000, 10%. Mr. French, did you need to speak to Mr. Jacobs this morning?
No, I need to speak with the prosecutor if I could, please, or the city attorney, Your Honor.
Absolutely. We'll get you moved into Mr. Young's waiting room. He'll be there momentarily.
Thank you so much.
You're so welcome. This is 22SU00722 AOT. This is Sumter Township versus Alejandro Landa. The matter was scheduled this morning at 8 a.m. for forfeiture of the bond in this matter. It is now 10:50 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, bond in this matter will be forfeit. I think Mr. Young just left Mr. Batar.
Yeah, I think he's in a conference with Mr. Nunley, Judge.
He's in with, Nunley or French. Did you reach an agreement with him?
Yes.
This is 23SU00440 BOT. This is Sumter Township versus Tremaine Carmichael. Your appearances, please.
Daniel Batar on behalf of Mr. Carmichael, Your Honor.
State your name for me, please, sir.
Carmichael.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the arraignment and pretrial in this matter. Mr. Batar, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, Mr. Carmichael is going to plead responsible to a double parking stipulated fine of $400.
Mr. Carmichael, raise your right hand for me, please, sir. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir. You may put your hand down. You've had the opportunity to speak to Mr. Batar. You understand the charges you face and the possible penalties.
Yes, Your Honor.
And after having that conversation, sir, is your understanding and agreement to plead responsible to the added count of double parking?
Yes.
You understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind?
Yeah.
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor? Does something else have your attention, sir?
No, Your Honor, I'm here.
And sir, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily. You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything?
No, Your Honor.
Sir, is it true that on April 21st, 2023, in Sumter Township, you were double parked contrary to law?
Yes, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Batar?
Satisfied, Your Honor.
Sir, the court accepts your plea of responsible to the added count of double parking and will dismiss the driving while license suspended, revoked, or denied as previously indicated by Mr. Batar and as appears on the plea form submitted by Mr. Young. The fine in this matter will be $400. Sir, you already have an existing payment plan with this court for some other matters. Do you wish to add this $400 to that payment plan?
Yes, Your Honor.
I'll make a notation in the file that this $400 double parking will be added to your existing payment plan that is scheduled to start on June the 20th. And just as a reminder, sir, you have an arraignment pretrial scheduled and another driving while license suspended matter on June the 12th. Anything else in this case, Mr. Batar?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Mr. Carmichael, you are free to go. Good luck to you, sir. Have a good afternoon.
Thank you, you too.
Thank you.
Hey, Rob,
Yes,
Mr. French is in your waiting room.
okay.
This is 23SU-00406 BOT. This is Sumter Township versus Mark McCraney. The matter was scheduled for show cause arraignment pretrial at 8 a.m. It's now 10:53 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear for a second time in this matter, bench warrant shall issue 5,010%. These are, Mr. Young, thank you. These are 23SU-00524 A and B. These are Sumter Township versus Deanna Hurd. May I have your appearances, please?
Royce Nunley up here.
There you go.
Date and time scheduled for
Yes.
the pre-trial.
I'm sorry, Mr. Young left. I called his name. I thought that would make him stay.
Oh, okay.
No. Okay.
This is 23SU-00414 BOT. This is Sumter Township versus Wesley Mumey. The matter was scheduled for show cause arraignment pretrial at 8 a.m. It's now 10:55 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear for a second time in this matter, bench warrant shall issue 5,010%. This is 23HR-03851 COT. This is Huron Township versus Francesca Novelli. The matter is scheduled for show cause arraignment pretrial at 8 a.m. It's now 10:56 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear for a second time in this matter, bench warrant shall issue 5,010%. This is 23HR-04028 AOT. This is Huron Township versus Jarmel Payton. Matter was scheduled for show cause arraignment pretrial at 8 a.m. It's now 10:56 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear for a second time in this matter, bench warrant shall issue 5,010%.
Impaired. It's a good deal, okay? And we ask you, did your drinking affect your ability to drive?
Mr. French, I can hear you if you're not intending to speak to me. Mr. Young, these are 23SU-00524 A and B. These are Sumter Township versus Deanna Hurd. May I have your appearances, please?
Rob Young, Sumter Township, Your Honor.
Yes.
Yes. State your name, ma'am.
Deanna Hurd.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the arraignment and pretrial in these matters. Mr. Nunley, how are we proceeding?
For purposes of the arraignment, we'd waive formal reading and stand mute. For purposes of the pretrial, Ms. Hurd's going to accept the offer tendered by the prosecutor to plead responsible to double parking for $200 in exchange for dismissal of the original charges.
$200 in one file, Mr. Nunley,
That's correct.
and dismiss the other?
Correct.
Thank you. Ms. Hurd, raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. You may put your hand down. You've had the opportunity to discuss this case this morning with Mr. Nunley. You understand the charges you face and the possible penalties.
Yes.
And ma'am, after having that conversation, it's your understanding and agreement that you will tender a plea of responsible to the added count of double parking and the misdemeanors will be dismissed.
Yes.
Ma'am, you understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind.
Yes,
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
yes,
And ma'am, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily. You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get your plea responsible.
yes. No,
Ma'am, is it, thank you. I understood what you meant. Is it true that on May 15, 2023, in Sumter Township, you were double parked contrary to law?
yeah,
Satisfied, Mr. Young?
Yes, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Mr. Nunley?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ma'am, the court accepts your plea of responsible to the added count of double parking, the failure to stop or identify after property damage accident, and the driving while license not valid are hereby dismissed. The court will impose fines and costs of $200 as previously indicated on the record. Ma'am, do you need more than 5 days to pay this amount?
yes,
Ma'am, the court will have you go into the collections meeting room, speak to Maria about setting a payment plan for the $200 on the double parking case, okay?
yes, thank you.
Anything else, Mr. Young?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else, Mr. Nunley?
Nothing further, Judge. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Hur, you should see a pop-up that's go into the collections room with Maria. Please go there with her. Have a good day and good luck to you.
Thank you. Have a good
Thank
day.
you. You too. These are 22SU 001121 A and B. These are Sumter Township versus Jacobs. May I have your appearances, please?
Robert Young, Sumter Township, Your Honor.
Good morning, Your Honor. Ron French appearing on behalf of Mr. Jacobs.
Mr. Jacobs, state your name for me, please.
Ron Drew Jacobs.
Thank you. Today is an time set for the adjourned pretrial on these matters. Mr. French, how are we proceeding?
Your Honor, the prosecutor on this, Mr. Young, has offered to dismiss the speeding in exchange for my client pleading to driving while impaired and amend the drunk driving as well. So my client is going to avail himself to that gracious offer.
I'm sorry, wait. Thank you, I'm sorry. Mr. Jacobs, raise your right hand for me, please, sir. Do you swear from testimony you're giving this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. You may put your hand down. Sir, you've had the opportunity to discuss this case with Mr. French, and you understand the charges you face and the possible penalties.
Yes.
And after having the conversation, sir, it's your agreement and understanding that you will be tendering a plea of guilty to the added count of operating while impaired.
Yes.
Sir, you understand that if the court accepts your plea this morning, you will not have a trial of any kind?
Yes, ma'am.
You will not have the opportunity to present witnesses on your own behalf or see and cross-examine witnesses put forth by the prosecutor.
Yes, ma'am.
And sir, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Are you pleading guilty because you are in fact guilty?
Yes.
Mr. Jacobs, is it true that on, November 18, 2022, in Sumter Township, you operated a motor vehicle while you were visibly impaired by some intoxicant?
Yes.
Mr. French, would you like to inquire further of your client?
No, Your Honor, I think that gets it.
Satisfied, Mr. Young?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Jacobs, the court accepts your plea of guilty to the reduced count of operating while impaired. The original charge of operating while intoxicated and the speeding citation are hereby dismissed. As is the policy of this court in drinking and driving offenses, sir, this case will be referred to the probation department. They will interview you. There will be forms for you to complete. They will develop a recommendation for your sentence in this matter and schedule you to come back here to this courtroom for sentencing. They will be reaching out to you by email and by phone. Please respond to them so you can get your interview scheduled and your recommendation developed.
Yes, ma'am.
Anything else in this case, Mr. Young?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Anything else, Mr. French?
No, thank you, Your Honor, and thank you, brother counsel.
Thank you.
Mr. Jacobs, thank you for your patience this morning, sir. Good luck to you. I'll see you at your sentencing date, okay?
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're free to go, sir.
Okay. Have a good day.
You too.
I thought you were talking to me.
About what?
I was free to go.
No, sir. You are not free to go. Oh, wait, maybe you are.
Don't put me back in that room with Mary Ann, though. I'll stay out here.
Put you back with Mary Ann? Absolutely, not a
Don't put me
problem.
back. Don't. Oh, geez.
Well, Mr. Young, the
Yes.
last case that we had scheduled this morning was scheduled at 10:30. That is with Ms. Foley Carter. It is now 11:04 by this court's clock. Anyone who is not here is deemed as having failed to appear. If you'd like to go, you're free to go.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Have a great day. Good to see you again.
You too, sir. Take care.
Take care. Bye, everybody.
This is 23HR 04131 BOT. This is Huron Township versus Lonnie Pritchett. The matter was scheduled this morning at 8 a.m. for show cause arraignment pretrial. It is now 11:05 by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear for a second time in this matter, Benchmore shall issue 5,010%. Mr. Nunley, unless you see something I don't see, the last case we have going is Mr. McAllister. He's in with Mr. Bitar. Everyone else is being deemed as having failed to appear.
Okay, and I'll see you guys next time then. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir. Take care, you too.
Your Honor, can I double check a case with you?
Absolutely.
Recycle Waste Services, I sent over the plea yesterday. I just want to make sure the court got it.
I received it with an overweight of 6,000.
Yep.
Did they need more than, well, 23HR 04088 A, B, C, and D. Mr. Manugian did sign it. I see it here. Did they need more than 5 days to pay, or was that a conversation you had? Oh,
We agreed.
30 days to pay. I see it now. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This is 23SU 00472OT. This is Sumter Township versus Armante Hollis. The matter was scheduled this morning at 8:30 a.m. for the arraignment pretrial. It is now 11:07 by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, the matter will be set for show cause. These are 23HR 05323 A, B, C, and D. These are Huron Township versus Alex McAllister. May I have your appearances, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Caitlin Foley Carter on behalf of Huron Township, Your Honor.
Daniel Bitar on behalf of Mr. McAllister. Mr. McAllister, go ahead and state your name now.
Oh, Alex McAllister.
Thank you.
Thank you. Today is the day and time set for the arraignment and pretrial in these matters. Mr. Bitar, how are we proceeding this morning?
Your Honor, Ms. Foley Carter has agreed to dismiss the original charges. Mr. McAllister will plead responsible to double parking with a stipulated fine of $400.
Mr. McAllister, raise your right hand for me, sir. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may put your hand down. Sir, you've had the opportunity to discuss this case with Mr. Batar this morning, and you understand the charges you face and the possible penalties.
Yes, Your Honor.
And after having that conversation, sir, it's your understanding and agreement that you will be tendering a plea of responsible to the added count of double parking and all other matters will be dismissed.
Yes, Your Honor.
And sir, you're entering this plea freely and voluntarily?
Yes, Your Honor.
You haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything? I said, you haven't been threatened in any way, promised anything to get you to plead responsible to the double parking?
Yes, Your Honor.
No.
Or no, Your Honor.
Sir, is it true that on May 22nd, 2023 in Huron Township, you were double parked contrary to law?
Yes, Your Honor.
Satisfied, Ms. Foley Carter?
Satisfied, Your Honor. Thank you.
Satisfied, Mr. Batar?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Sir, the court accepts your plea of responsible to the added count of double parking, will dismiss the misdemeanor or violation of the license restrictions and the civil infractions of speeding, no proof of insurance, and the other misdemeanor of the registration or plate violation. As previously indicated by Mr. Batar, the fine in this matter will be $400. Do you need more than 5 days to pay this amount, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Before you leave this morning, you'll see an invitation to go into the collections department. You'll meet with a representative from the court. She will help you set a payment plan for this matter. Ma'am, I understand that you're sitting there to his right, helping him because of his age, but this is an absolute gift. Okay,
Yes.
whatever, I don't need you to respond, but whatever conversation you need to have with him so that we don't see him again, I'd appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you. Please go into the breakout room with Maria, set a payment plan for the $400. Good luck to you, Mr. McAllister.
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Batar and Ms. Foley Carter, that concludes this court's morning docket unless you know something I don't know.
I don't know anything anymore, Judge. I'm going to leave you, though.
Have a good day.
Everyone have a good day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Mary Ann, I'm still sitting out here almost done with these other things. Thank you for your help this morning, Andy.
You're welcome, Judge.
This is 22 HR 11138 COT. This is Huron Township versus Shantanique Evans. The matter was scheduled this morning for arraignment pretrial at 8:50 a.m. It is now 11:13 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, the case already being in warrant status, it will stay that way. These are this is 23SU005010T. This is Sumter Township versus Tomas Martinez Jr. Matter was scheduled this morning for arraignment pretrial at 8:50 a.m. It's now 11:14 a.m. by this court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, the matter will be set for show cause. Mary Ann, if you want to come get the rest of your files, you may have them. These are 23SU, thank you, 00515 A, B, and C. These are Sumter Township versus Alan Crawford Jr. These matters were scheduled for pre-hearing and arraignment pretrial at 9:10 a.m. It is now 11:14 a.m. by this court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, the A file will be set for show cause. The B and C file, which are civil infractions, will be deemed defaulted. This is 1850660T. This is Huron Township versus Javante Streeter. The matter was scheduled for arraignment pretrial at 9:10 a.m. It is now 11:16 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, the matter will be set for show cause to address the posted remaining bond. This is 23SU005280M. This is Sumter Township versus James Lee Bennett. This matter was scheduled for arraignment pretrial at 9:20. It is now 11:17 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, matter will be set for show cause. This is 23SU005160T. This is Sumter Township versus Tracy Stafford. The matter was scheduled for arraignment pretrial at 9:20 a.m. It's now 11:17 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, matter will be set for show cause. This is 23HR050350M. This is Huron Township versus Asham Bucarelli. Matter was scheduled for arraignment pretrial at 9:30. It's now 11:18 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, matter will be set for show cause. This is 21HR 05332 DOT, Huron Township versus Cameron Curtis. And two SU. Good morning, this is Judge Martin. How may I help you? I'm wonderful. Do you swear or affirm the contents of the affidavit are true to the best of your knowledge, information, and belief? Send it over. I'll take a look at it in just a minute. You're so welcome. Bye-bye. 22SU009210T. This is Sumter Township versus Cameron Curtis. Both of these matters were scheduled for arraignment pretrial at 9:30. It's now 11:19 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear in both matters, they will be set for show cause. These are 23HR 05025 A, B, and C. These are Huron Township versus Kanye Woods. These matters were scheduled for hearing at 9:30. It's now 11:20 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, the A file will be set for show cause. The B and C files, which are civil infractions, will be deemed defaulted. This is 23SU005210T. This is Sumter Township versus Artasia Fraser Henderson. The matter was scheduled for arraignment pretrial at 9:40. It is now 11:22 by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, matter we set for show cause. These are 23HR 05082 A, B, C, and D. These matters were scheduled this morning for hearing at 9:50. It's now 11:22 a.m. by this court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, the A file will be set for show cause. The B, C, and D files are civil infractions and will be deemed defaulted. These are 2-3 SU 00533 A, B, and C. These are Sumter Township versus Joshua Sims. The matters were scheduled for hearing at 10 a.m. It's now 11:24 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, the A file will be set for show cause. The B and C files, which are civil infractions, will be deemed defaulted. This is 2-3 SU 00525OT. This is Sumter Township versus Tyshawn Johnson. The matter is scheduled for hearing at 10:20. It is now 11:25 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, matter will be set for show cause. This is 2-3 HR 05279OT. This is Huron Township versus Alavia Holloway. The matter was scheduled for arraignment pretrial at 10:30. It's now 11:26 a.m. by the court's clock. Defendant having failed to appear, the matter will be set for show cause. That concludes this court's morning docket. We will stand in recess until our 1 o'clock civil trial. Thank you, Mary Ann.
My printer was printing. All I heard was my name. I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying we're done. We're staying in recess until our civil trial this afternoon.
Okay, all right, thanks.
Thank you.